You're watching TigerVision presented by Conley Buick GMC. TigerVision is made possible in part by Conley Buick GMC, Arctic Air Plumbing and Electrical Services, Apex, Clicking Spree, DeVito's Auto Repair and Tire Service, Drug-Free Manatee, Garrett Richard, Minnesota Pools, the Manatee County Fair, North River Prevention Partners, Obie's Best Fresh Veg, the Prosperity Group, Richardson Stenton Roofing, Superior Asphalt, and WB3 Legacy of the P. Stay tuned, TigerVision will continue live after these messages.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Kickoff's right around the corner. Buckle your seatbelts and hold on tight. It's time for some Tiger football.
Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. Next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
Hey everybody, Ted here at Conley Subaru. And our deals are so hot, we had to bring in our local fire department just to keep things under control. Actually, while we wait for our contractor to arrive, the always community-minded Conley family has donated the use of our old facility for some specialized training. Follow the excitement on Facebook, Instagram, or at conleysubaru.com. Conley Subaru, where we really do treat you like family.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. We're excited to be back for another season of Palmetto football and TigerVision. Good luck this year and go Tigers!
Touchdown! We are live. Welcome to this Class 6A Region 3 and 4 playoff game here at Harley Stadium in Palmetto, Florida. The Tampa Blake Yellow Jackets have made the short trip south along Florida's beautiful sun coast and look to sting the Tigers in this playoff game. We again welcome you, the number one fans, to TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brian Varnador, and I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Mr. Rick Wells, Ken Burton Jr., Tom Porter with the Arctic Air Sideline Report, and our statistician, Mr. Troy Bellamy. If you haven't already, be sure to like and then subscribe to our channel so you can stay current on Palmetto Tiger Athletic and Palmetto Tiger football. With that, I'm going to turn over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Rick Wells, for his thoughts. Rick.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Brian, Kenny, Tom, good to be here tonight. So really tonight, the Tigers need to regroup and bounce back from mediocre performance at best offensively anyway last week against Riverview. I think we can always say that the defense is in every game, keeps us in every game. They were on the field a lot last week, but offensively, we really need to focus tonight on catching the ball. Our receivers had a lot of issues last Friday night, cost us some first downs and cost us some big plays. So, really tonight is a game that we should win, but you have to execute, Brian. You've got to make sure that you do your job, do the right thing, make sure that we secure the ball, catch the balls that are thrown to us, and score some points. This shouldn't be a big challenge for us on paper, but that's a team over there that is hungry as well, and we've got to do our job. So when I look at the offense, that's the only thing that has concerned me throughout the years is that they've been inconsistent. The line has been really blocking well. I feel for our running backs, they have improved. They have done a great job at trying to open up holes for the tailbacks, but we really just got to focus on these receivers catching the ball.
Yes.
Hey, Ken.
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we here tonight? We are. This is the playoffs. We were normally supposed to play St. Pete tonight, so it's always great to be at a home rather than doing a road game. And this is what they call a play-in game, and it's a COVID playing game. That is a game at the beginning of a tournament that forces lower qualified, or in the COVID world, seeded teams to play each other before you get to the main tournament. That's why we are not playing at St. Pete High tonight. Howard W. Blake, Yellow Jackets, right off 275.
All right, now we're going to pause, and we're going to have the national anthem here at Harley Stadium at Palmetto High School.
Please stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
What a beautiful job. One of the most challenging things to do is go out there on that football is sing the national anthem a cappella. Special thanks here to Caitlin Reinschmidt. Beautiful presentation here tonight. Now, Ken, let's pick it up again.
By Cadet Command Sergeant Major.
Yes, we're playing Howard W. Blake Yellow Jackets tonight. They're right off 275, just north of downtown Tampa, on the banks of the Hillsborough River. Now, I went back and tried to do a little research on them. They have not appeared in a playoff game at least for 17 years, because that's as far as Max Preps goes back. However, they do have an advantage over us. They have one player in the NFL, and we have zero. His name is Isaiah Rogers, and if you're an Indianapolis Colts fan, he took one back to the house a couple of weeks ago, class of 2015. The other advantage they have tonight is we have not seen them play. Palmetto played them way back in 2001, 2002. You and Brian, we were talking about being at that game, and they had a bunch of NFL former Buccaneers coaching them. Tigers prevailed, so Ricky Reynolds and a lot of familiar names were out there coaching them up. But I think the lack of knowing anything about them makes them a little scary, and just because of the situation with there being no tomorrow, I think for the Tigers need to bounce back, like you said, Ricky. I think they need to take care of business. We hold the advantage with the playoff. Our kids, all of our kids have been in the playoffs, moved up last year, and we can take care of business here, rest our starters, and avoid any injuries.
Yeah, and also, Kenny, the big thing here tonight for the Tigers is you can't look past this game. You can't just come out here thinking right away that this team that they don't have a good record. They don't have the talent that we have. They don't have the playmakers. So we should be able just to breeze through that. We know what happens when you come out and you play to that level. At the competitor in front of you. They got to come out here strong, and they need to get a running clock going by the second half, and that's how they should take this game. This is how they should look at it. We need to dominate from start to finish.
FHSAA events, and wash your hands frequently.
Yeah, very. For those of you that are watching all abroad, I wanted to give a shout out tonight, especially to our head coach, the offensive coordinator, Tite Stolt, and we especially wanted to mention tonight Ken Stolt up there in Buffalo, New York. Happy birthday! That's Ty's father up there, and we know that the family up there are great fans, and we appreciate everyone watching. Our broadcast has been viewed on all 50 states and 29 different countries around the globe. And so for all of you viewers out there, I'm sure that we're going to have Thomas Bell out there in Spokane, Washington. He's a class of 92. He's out there watching us all the time. John Kinney, Pinellas Park, South Carolina, Mark Souza. So we've got a lot of folks watching us tonight. The little birthday wish. We've got a little extra time here, so I wanted to talk to, and Deborah Hodo, my classmate, out there watching in Denver, Colorado. So I wanted to say, hey, Deborah. And really tonight, it's a game where the Tigers last weekend, really the defensive void of one play where the quarterback scrambled and there was a long play. The defense overall played lights out last week.
No, they really did, Brian, and we know that they have been the backbone of this team all year. They have kept us in every game. We have really seen them progress from the very first game of the year. Was that Port Charlotte? I can't remember now. But you could tell that they were getting better and better. We've had a couple of players out there that have never played football before, not for Palmetto High, and they have really come on like gangbusters. So we need them to continue to get better for the playoffs. But offensively, we've had great play out of Josh Siplin all year. He was down a little bit last year, but we've got some good receivers, and we've got Coach Ty, who has been putting the offense in the right position to pick up first downs, to score touchdowns. We just have to execute his game plan. That's what it comes down to. And if we get past this game tonight, which we should, and we get past next week, things are going to get tough.
Yes.
And you can't miss those opportunities in front of you.
So I wanted to announce the captains out there. Joshua Williams is out there, number 8. He is the quarterback for Blake. He's 6'1", 185 pounds. And for the Tigers out there, we have Zorian Gathers is out there at midfield, and then along with Floyd Dozier Jr. out on IR. And we have Jaquez Hughes and, of course, the great Sajel Hickson.
Great story this week about Zori. He struggled last week. Well, he made a great catch for the only score of our game, but he dropped some passes. But I talked to his position coach, talked to Marino, and he said he had a great week of practice. And Josh Siplin has all the confidence in the world. I was talking to him before the game, and so he has worked his way back, and he is the captain tonight, making the call.
That's a great thing to see. So it looks like the Palmetto Tigers have won the toss. They elect to defer, so they're going to kick that one off to Tampa Blake and put that outstanding defense out there to start things off. And I wanted to remind everyone that tonight, rights of this broadcast of this 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game have been granted to TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC by the Florida High School Athletic Association. And this game is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited.
You did a great job with that, Brian. It's always a good thing when you're reading the FHSAA stuff. We're playing after Halloween. We're playing with shorter days. You know you're doing good when you're playing in November and you're reading this.
Yeah, and at this point in the season here in Florida, it's very cool tonight. When I say cool, it's about 77, 78 degrees, which is cool for us, and very lovely night for football. Now we're looking at Tom Porter on the Arctic Air sideline report there. He may have a pregame interview coming up with the coach. What's the feel from the group that just went out on the field? What are you feeling tonight, Tom?
Well, first of all, I'm feeling this nice, cool weather. Beautiful night tonight. A lot of mosquitoes out here for some reason. I'm not sure where that came from. Wasn't able to grab Coach just yet. I don't see him right here on the sideline. But it's a good atmosphere tonight. Not a huge crowd, but, just a great hometown football feel. Both sides are fired up. I was watching the Blake team warm up early, and they look crisp. They got some big boys. They're not very deep numbers-wise, but they look like they came to play. So hopefully we have a great matchup today. And I wanted to throw a quick shout-out, like you guys were doing, to Ron and Peggy Witt. I ran into them at Popey's today, and they say they watch every week. I just wanted to take the chance to say we appreciate it, and go Tigers.
Yeah, Ron Witt, one of those great, I think it was an all-county defensive end, used to play at about 6'2", 165, very fast around
that would have been with his uniform on and soaking wet with his helmet, yes. Yeah. He was a terror at defensive end.
He looked like he was in game condition today, though, by the way.
All right.
He could play.
So we are ready for the kickoff, and Jordan Colorado is going to kick this one off, get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. Driving kick is going to be fielded there at the 11-yard line. And slipping on the cut was Charles Banks. He is the 5'9", 155-pound wide receiver.
I like the call, Rick, deferring, puts our defense out in the field. We can get a 3 and out, hopefully short field for our offense to get some confidence going here.
Exactly right, and we just need for them to come out strong right from the first snap and and give us that good field position to start that offense out, and hopefully they can do something early too.
Kind of an exciting night here. I don't know how many times that internet broadcasts, if they're doing that at Blake. So for all you fans that are watching in, Tampa Blake fans, we want to say hello to you. The team looks pretty prepared. A good-looking quarterback back there, and going with a empty set and a bunch formation, 4 receivers on the right side of the formation, and 1 single out there to the left. So they're going to spin that little diamond formation up there. And now there's a false start, so that's going to back them up. It'll be a 1st and 15.
I'm sure they have seen our defense and our line play. So I like the bunch thing. They're coming out here throwing something different at us. I don't know if we've seen this in film, but the linemen are probably seeing how big and quick our guys are. So that's why the call.
So you got Ormsby out there, Jordan Renard out there across the line of the scrimmage. And they look to the left, throws a little hitch out there. It's going to be a completion on the play and very little gain, about a 3-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, and Jacquez Hughes was there right there at the last second to make the play, and really no gain, if any, on that play. So good job by Jacquez Hughes to make that tackle.
Yeah, very very safe play to call. Let's get some consistency going here. Let's complete a pass and see what we can do. But
yeah,
slow start.
And Ken, I don't know if you have noticed, but we've had some changes. But Jacquez is actually playing corner tonight.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, and then we've got Jaden Dunbar out there, number 24, getting some action tonight. And there is the snap, and he fakes it, and he's rolling. Boy, he's got a lot of pressure. He escaped the pressure. He's on the sideline, turns it up. He's got a big gain on the play, stepping out of bounds, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was a good play just to get away from the sack. And then Jacquez got kind of caught in no man's land. He wants to go after the quarterback, but he still has that receiver right behind him. So,
yeah, nice block by the number 73, the left tackle that created the opening for the nice game.
Yeah, we don't have him on the roster. We don't have 77 for Blake on the roster, but
and they've got a tremendous number 90 we don't have on the roster either, and he is absolutely huge. Probably going to play defensive tackle. We apologize that for you Blake fans, but not on the roster here tonight. Now, with this time the Palmetto Tigers are drawn off sides, and that's going to be just short of the first down, so it should bring up a 3rd and inches here.
Jalen Wester did that once last week, trying to guess that snap count. I meant to ask him before the game if he was wearing something different. He's not pinked out anymore now that we're past October.
No, that was beyond 5 yards, but they got the first down on the play. So stretch that starts 1st and 10 here. Ball is spotted at the 28-yard line. 3 receivers out here to the right, 1 single out there. Very good push from the defensive line initially. Spins out of a tackle or 2. Great run there by number 21, Nishan Pryor.
Yeah, I tell you that it was almost too good of a push off the line. It actually ran by the ball carrier and left a gaping hole right there off the A gap. And I mean, just a dynamic push off the line of scrimmage, but kind of made it easy on that tailback.
So 2nd and 3 here. And another handoff in the middle, and he bounces it off. 21 again, first down on the play.
We do have a flag, which hopefully is going to be holding on Blake. Don't know yet.
Looked like Rivera was over there. I think he might have been held on the play, and that's Danny Rivera, number 22, on the DN position.
Here we go. You're right.
Holding on the Yellow Jackets, so that's going to back him up.
And that's unfortunate. They were moving the ball well. This is going to put them behind the chains or right there at a 2nd and 10. So they're going to have less to work with here in the playbook.
Yeah, number 70, the offensive guard out there, Jalen Demarion Neal. He says he's 255 pounds there, but he looks bigger than that. Now they throw the little hitch out there. And it's nearly picked off.
Almost picked off by number 27, Jacob Milligan.
Number 3.
So look at that on the Arctic Air replay. And you can see not much of a block there. Milligan comes up, nearly picks that one off.
And he was smelling 6 points.
And that was Jalen Wester over there with the pressure. And 10 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock here for the Yellow Jackets here. It is a 3rd and 10. So number 11, Jamal Whitehead is out here, or Donald Walker is out here wide. And now he looks, and he looked like he was looking for a screen there, rolls out there, he keeps it, and he's going to be tackled there at the 32-yard line. It's going to be about 8 yards short, so we should see the punting unit.
Yeah, that was number 10, Ruben Stamp, who made the tackle. Good job by the defense to keep that young quarterback corralled. You can tell he has a lot of speed and really very impressive with the way they were moving the ball there, Ken.
Yeah, not a bad start, but just playing right into the game plan. We should get great field position here. Ruben Stamp continues statistically second on the team with total tackles.
So Jaquez Hughes will go back to return this one. The punter is, I believe,
11 yards.
21, and he's only 11 yards back there. But a pretty decent punt, and Hughes going to field that one. He's got a lane here, and he's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He is at the 20-yard line. Great return by Jaquez Hughes.
Yeah, it wasn't a deep pump, but it was nice and high, so he was able to cover it. And then here's we watch the replay.
And it was, I mean, you only had one runner coming down the field.
And he was blocked.
And there was no one else in front of Jaquez until he gets all the way up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, now with that, I wanted to remind everyone that sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by this station, TigerVision, is presented by Conley Buick GMC and the FHSAA. Now Siblin takes it, and it's going to be a pitch out there. Lots of grass out in front of Sagel Hicks, still going, and he is in for 6.
That was easy.
That was really easy. Probably the easiest touchdown Sagel has had all year. It came around the edge. Just nobody there to stop him.
Yeah, that's we'll watch this again. Nice read by, and then the blocking, and then he just wants it a little bit more. Nice blocks by the receiver. They got their hands up. They're not holding. Touchdown.
Yeah, number 3, Aaron Wilson tries to throw his hands out there. You're not going to arm tackle Sagel Hicks.
No luck on that.
Jordan Gallardo waits this one, and he's got the snap by Smalley, the hold by Siplin. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:54, the Palmetto Tigers lead this one 7-0.
So playing right into the game plan, deferring on the kickoff and letting our defense get out there, and they let them have a first down or so, but we got a great punt return, which we haven't had many of those this year. And just one play, 6 points, and we're off and running here.
I really think Jacquez has done a great job this year with punt returns.
Yes.
And he's been asked to do so much, and he's been a great leader for this Tiger team. And he'll be playing Saturday somewhere next year, Kenny. But if you think about a man who's played on all facets of the game, right? Offense, defense, and special teams.
He covers kicks, punts, and playing corner tonight, as you stated earlier.
Triumph Tunker is back to receive this one. It's a short kick, and he's fielding that, and that's number 11. Looking for the sideline over there, coming up hard, and he's going to be tackled at the 29-yard line.
Yes, great coverage by our kickoff team. You want those backs running east and west instead of north and south, and our speed was just too much for them.
Good return, though, by Donald Walker, the up back there.
Hey, guys, pregame I was doing a little head counting, and they traveled about 30 dressed players tonight. And as you know, over time, that those guys are playing both ways. I've noticed 2 or 3 numbers that are playing offense and defense tonight, and that doesn't bode well for longevity of this Blake team.
Yeah, that's tough. I noticed the roster was 36, Tom, and only 30 players. There's a percentage of the players missing. I won't ask you for that one, Tom, but 8:44 on the clock here in the first quarter. Quarterback's under center this time. He throws a pitch out there, and there's nothing doing there. And coming up with a nice tackle is the newcomer 24, which is Jaden Dunbar. And the running back on that play was number 24, Zahir Daniels.
Yeah, Dunbar was there. Big Baby was there, just swarming to the ball the way that they've been taught to do. So another really nice job by the defense.
So the clock continues to wind here. A big loss on the play of about 6 yards. And the clock and the markers over there disagree, but I'm going to give that about a 2nd and 16 here. And so now Mario Mayo is in the backfield. And he fakes the pitch out there. Good pressure there. And fires it out there wide, incomplete pass. Pretty good-looking throw by Joshua Williams, intended for number 10, number 2, Andre
Facet Jr. It really was a good pass on the run by the young quarterback, and it just couldn't hook up. But
yeah, he's got
impressive.
Deceptive speed. Really good athlete. Looks like he got by. I think it was Jalen Wester. Just tried to trip him up and missed it. So this puts him in a 3rd and long again. Our corners are going to be salivating here.
Clock stops. 7:54 on the clock. This time they're going to wind things up. Looks like they're out there with 3 receivers here over in the formation on the right, 1 single receiver out there to the left. Quarterback Joshua Williams looks things over. Oh, Tigers get off, but it's going to be look like it was a false start on the guard. Yeah, so that was a false start on the guard. You could see the speed of Jordan Bernard.
Yeah, I would be false starting too to try to get a head start on him.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Well, you have to imagine right now that this old line has figured out very quickly how quick this defense is, and they're doing everything in their power to keep them off their quarterback.
And now Gabe McDuffie is over here at D-end on the left side of the formation. 3 receivers out there to the right, 1 single out there. McDuffie gets a good rush there. Now he steps it up inside, and he's going to be tackled there. Great play. And that was Jordan Renard.
Yeah, so Jordan just already having a great game, and he's only been on the field for 2 series.
So now the punter is going out there. We'll get a number on the punter out there, but going back to return this one is Jaquez Hughes.
And again, he just missed a touchdown. Probably ran 30 or 40, 30 yards before anybody put a hat on him here, so let's see what happens.
It's like the punter. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, and the punter is number 27, Lucas Moore, back there to punt this one away. He's standing on the 5-yard line. Looks like he's got proper depth this time, Ken.
Yes.
And he's got Jaquez Hughes back there to return. Good snap. Ball's kick. It's a very high kick. Jaquez Hughes has it, and great job by the Palmetto defender not pulling on a block. Jaquez Hughes down the sideline. He's at 20. And the ball is up and out.
My goodness.
On the ground.
Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds.
And it trickles aimlessly out of bounds. This will be an interesting one to see on the Tiger.
That was like a tip drill.
See if this ball flies up out of the top of the screen here. We'll see if the camera guys were able to pick that up. But look at Jacquez Hughes, and I was very impressed here. Way to pull off and not block in the back there. Smart play.
Smart. And he's turning the afterburners on here. Now watch.
As he makes this cut.
I think the punter is the one that maybe knocks
it. Up, yeah, don't hit him.
Oh, no. This ball come up right here.
Right here.
There
Ball's
it is.
up, flies out of the top of the screen, and then it went up there about 16 yards up. And so that was interesting play. Palmetto Tigers fortunately recover that one. They got it 1st and 10. Hands off the ball. Sajel Hickson driving forward, goes for a big gain on the play. Very close to the first down marker.
Pretty sure that's Gavin with the ball, boys.
Was that
Robert Gavin? You know, Robert North and South Gavin. The body lean. I think that was Sajel. Sajel Hickson's in the backfield on this play. Now he's looking wide, trying to get a block out. He does plenty of blocking out there. Easy strolling. Sajel 6 and Hickson 4-6.
Yeah, I think that the tailbacks are going to have a huge game tonight. It doesn't really matter who's in there. It can be Gavin or Sajel Hickson, but once again, untouched, going around the edge.
Brian, I think your eyes are as good as my math. Just saying.
Well, you know, Palmetto Tigers have those black jerseys on tonight. Sometimes we watch the stuff live. I guarantee you, and through the frosted glass here, you have a much better look as a TigerVision fan than we do up here in the press box. And that's the excuse I'm staying with. And Gerardo kicks that one through. And so now with 6:25 on the clock, the Tigers lead this one 14-0. And I wanted to make a mention of for the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds of the 2020 FHSAA football championships, visit FHSAA.com, the new official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at the www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA.
Hey, good job. You know what, Kenny, right now, I want to go ahead and announce that, Brian, you will be the commentator of the game when we are finished with this broadcast. You are awesome.
There is nobody better in the state of Florida that can read that and get it right every time.
Kick is muffed initially by Banks, and get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Ellenton, Florida. And on the tackle,
Robert Gavin.
Robert Gavin.
Number 8, Robert Gavin.
You know, he was the offensive player of the week last week.
And number 30, which is Michael Gibson back there to do a great job. So, you know, one thing during our FHSAA announcement, Brian Bussell is on the public address, and he was about half a count behind me. So we're doing that at the same time.
Log one.
We're back.
Coming out of the commercial break, you're watching the 2020 FHSAA Football 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game here on TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Man, you're good at that.
Reading is fundamental, right? I remember that. Actually, I've got my spotter here.
We need him.
Seth Hoopengarner up in here going through there and trying to keep me straight.
He's spotting everything that you have to read.
Yes, it's a good thing.
It's good having great help.
Good help is hard to find
Hard
sometimes.
to find. Surround yourself with smarter and better people, right?
You're in good hands.
Really, speaking of Robbie Stevenson down there, you know, our special teams coach. So far tonight, the special teams group looks great. Great
Looking
returns
really
by
great.
Jacquez Hughes. Great job that you saw earlier, Jaden Dunbar pulling off that block in the back. Now it's 1st and 10 for Blake. Number 21 gets the ball. He runs it to the right, and that's Nashawn Pryor with a carrier.
Yeah, they're trying to get away from our interior. They've got some good speed, but they just can't get around the edge to turn it up.
So Joshua Williams looks things over. Now he's got a 2nd and 11 in front of him. 3 receivers out here on the right. They like that 3 receiver to the right side of the formation. 1 single out there to the left. Looks to the middle of the field, and great pressure by the Tigers. Now he's got the edge, and he's going to be tackled, but not after a 6-yard gain. And what you can see here, the quarterback, Joshua Williamson, has great speed.
Oh, yeah, he made that all himself. On the backside, he was running for his life and found a little daylight and made the best of it. So they got a 3rd manageable.
So that was Kobe Alvarez there coming up to make the tackle, 5'10", 145-pound senior, and he was out with an injury a few games ago, and it's great to see Kobe back in there doing a fine job on that play, because that one, with the speed that this quarterback has, that one could have easily gone for a 1st down. Chance Zipper is guarding the slot receiver out here, and that's where they're looking, and they throw the ball out to the outside. Zipper in great shape, ball's overthrown. So pretty good. It would have had to been an absolutely perfect throw intended for number 4 there, Triumph Tucker. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, and there's Zipper once again. He's first year of playing football, great position. Ball floats a little bit on the young quarterback, but great job by Zipper to be where he needs to be.
Literally, you're right. This is his 8th week of football, or 9th week.
He's been impressive.
And he has been impressive since day one. What a great story.
And that's not an easy position. I mean, you have to understand this defense and where you have to be and who you're responsible for.
I mean, he's literally playing corner there.
Something to watch the snap, guys. Last time the ball was end over end coming back to the punter to see if they get it straightened out this time.
Okay, back to punt is number 27, Lucas Moore. And it's a high snap, and it's down, and he's on the goal line. Ball still out. That's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers. It's just a question of who recovered that.
That's going to be a touchdown.
Is that Zipper?
45.
Zipper.
No, that is
45.
It is Zipper.
It is
Zipper.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the year, guys.
You know, I was going to say his first game of the season, he had a pick 6, and he had an interception with a long return. And, you know, he can't get any better, but here he is week in and week out, continues to make plays out there. So
just some guys just have a nose for the ball, and you're blessed with that ability. He's going in here on the PAT. What a great story.
He doesn't even have time to celebrate.
Nope. Get out there and block somebody.
Max Logan runs in late. I don't know if Max is going to be the long snapper on this one. Yes, he is. So Max Logan's going to snap this one back there. Josh Siplin with the hold. Colorado with a kick, and it is up, and it's beautiful. Nice kick. And so here with 4:49 in the first quarter, Palmetto Tigers lead this one 21-0.
So you're really seeing just really, unfortunately, how overmatched right now Blake is. The Yellow Jackets are having a hard time blocking our defensive front. You know, they're having some issues on special teams, and you know, Tigers are taking advantage of each and every mistake up to this point.
Yeah, and hats off to the Yellow Jackets. They had to say, yes, I want to be in the playoffs, and you didn't know who you were going to play. I mean, we could be playing Braden River here this week in the play-in game, literally playing for the regional championship. So it's the complete luck of the draw, and they have not had a lot of playoff luck here past. So hats off for them for just being out here and playing.
Get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. Good kick by Jordan Colorado.
Oh, he lost the ball.
There. Now it's going to be picked up at the 15-yard line. He has a crease and then stumbles to the, let's call it the 26-yard line, and that was number 6, Charles Banks.
Yeah, almost another
disaster
for the Yellow Jackets, but a really nice job there by Charles Banks to scoop that fumble up. And to your point, Kenny, you know, there have been several high school football teams throughout the state of Florida that opted out of the playoff system.
Yeah, you're right, and the perfect example are the Charlotte County teams who, guess who we saw in the playoffs? We had to play those guys again, and they gave us fits, yeah.
So with 4:43 on the clock here, you know, it is looking quite bad here for Tampa Blake, trailing 21-0. But, you know, the quarterback has great speed, and they've got some potential. You know, the receivers look like they're fast, and we've noticed that number 11 there is Donald Walker. So timeout for Tampa Blake.
Yeah, they had some misfortune back in May. I was reading they had a fire at the school, and they lost all of their equipment. And some guy named Ron Gronkowski with his foundation donated $11,000 to get them some equipment. Great story.
Great tight end as well.
Yes, he is.
So glad he's with us and not that other team that I don't like very much.
Yeah, he's a good one. He was out at Arizona when my son Abel Varnador was out there at Arizona.
Wow.
There's a fact that not very many people know.
Hey, guys, I want to jump in real quick. Earlier, I mentioned being at Popey's earlier today, and that family was not logged in yet checking us out, so I want to just take a second to say hi to Ron and Peggy Witt. The Witt family, Gene Witt, was the superintendent of schools for many years for most of us when we were in school, and great Palmetto family. Great support for this Tiger team. They watch every week. Just want to say hi to them.
Okay, Tom, and you talked about mosquitoes a little earlier. You wouldn't have those if you didn't have flip-flops.
The only sideline reporter in the country that wears flip-flops.
Starting a trend.
In November. And there's a nice play, and Jordan Renard's going to clean that up. But that was Nashawn Pryor going to the line, tackled immediately by the defense. Back to Tom and the Arctic Air sideline reporter.
I need some white flip-flops to go on my white belt.
I would like the old flip-flops with the white knee-high socks, Tom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey. Back like we used to play basketball.
That's right.
Next season, stand by.
I'll throw in a pocket protector.
That's good.
2nd and 9 here. A little movement in the backfield. That's going to be a...
they're thinking it's on us.
Yeah, so the running back came toward the line of scrimmage on Zion Morris there. So that's going to back him up. 4:09. The clock is now at 4:06 here in the first quarter. .358 on the clock. 2nd and about 15 here. Fakes the handoff, looks for a receiver out there, plays open.
Oh, nice.
25. He's got the first down out there. Great play and great catch by Mario Mayo.
Yeah, nice pitch and catch. Well designed, well executed.
And that
had some crack protection.
I believe that's their first down.
Yes,
of the game.
That was their best field position to start this game out, and they're up near the 37-yard line now.
Yeah, Tom would tell you technically they picked up one by a penalty earlier, Rick. But that's just Tom.
That's technically, which is
technicality.
Tom should never say technical.
That's my nickname, Technicality Tom.
TT. Now the quarterback hands this one off. Really nowhere to run there, and that's number 21, which is Nathan Pryor again on the carrier. 2nd, and we'll call it 12.
Yeah, it's number 23, Kobe Alvarez again on the tackle.
And he's back. He's been injured, right?
Yeah, good to have him back.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's a senior.
He's a senior.
So we need that leadership
4
out
years
there.
Of playing football here at Palmetto.
Over here wide to the formations, number 11, Donald Walker. 2 receivers on this side, 1 single out there. And this time, exchange problem. Quarterback keeps it, and he's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure if that was a mix-up or just a bad option.
Yeah, I think our defense got back there so fast he couldn't do the read option to execute it. They got the guy down.
We have a player down.
Yeah,
well,
I think Jordan Renard back in there in the backfield, and looks like it's the quarterback there. This is Joshua Williamson, who was able to keep that one, and he's the 6'1", 185-pound senior.
It looked like Jalen Wester might have caught him lock kneed a little bit, hit him a little lower, and looks like he might be a knee issue or maybe a calf.
All right, so with 2:32 on the clock, we remind you that you are watching the 2020 FHSAA Football Class 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game here on TigerVision, is presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Praying for the best for that young man. Really, I don't know. We have some other quarterbacks listed on the roster. I'm only seeing one right now, Henry Canoon. He's going to come in for at least one play, and hopefully Williamson can get back into the game, but he's still down, about to get up, so that's a good sign.
All right.
Great. And it looks like he's walking off on his own. Very little assistance there, so that's great news.
Hopefully just a cramp.
So 2:32 on the clock here remain in the first quarter. Palmetto Tigers just cool breezing along, just like the outside the press box here tonight in Palmetto. Just a cool breezing event out there. Palmetto Tigers looking good, and the very small roster is down to 29 now for Tampa Blake, and really a tough task in front of them here.
Yeah, so you are going to see number 15, Harry Canoe, a sophomore quarterback for the Yellow Jackets.
So Canoe starts the offense here, and that's Henry Canoe. He's 5'7". He's a sophomore. And he looks over the line, throws a nice pass out there, had a little wheel route there. The DB, Jalen Wester, came up, jumped the route, and they threw that behind a little bit better execution there. They had a big play.
Yeah, I don't think the receiver knew it was coming, but it was there. It was all set to be a big play. That's tough coming in when your offense is struggling and you've got to call a play and try to complete a pass.
I was going to say you come off the bench cold. First play the coach called was the passing play, and he didn't have any time to even warm up.
It wasn't even like a little screen or something real simple. It was down the field.
So it looks like
a different punter, guys.
Yeah, different punter, and Ratrell Crawford back there, different returner for the Tigers back there to return this one. And he gets not a very good kick, the wrong English, and that one is just going to trickle out there at the – and he tipped it forward, but the ball's going to be down at the 30, and that was new punter Aaron Wilson, number 3, back there with the punt.
Well, they were successful moving the ball and getting a couple of first downs here and flipping the field. So our offense is, when you're going 20 and 15 and 12 yards, it's not too difficult here. We have our really first time getting the ball on our side of the field.
So now it's time for the Tigers. 1:56 here, 21-0 over Tampa Blake. And if you have an opportunity here to get involved, you can watch us on the YouTube chat that we have here. And we want to say special thanks to Little Caesars tonight for catering game for us. Now Sippin looks, he goes a receiver out there, and there's a lot of hand fighting out there.
There's pass interference on that. He was hanging all over him and trying to get the ball to Alzavian Houston.
And Deshaun Rhodes over there, number 20. There was a lot of hand fighting going on there, called for the interference.
Ball was just a little underthrown, and Alzavian was trying to come back to it, but he was covered like a drape.
We can watch this again.
Oh, yeah, a lot of hand fighting there.
He's holding on to him, and he's grabbing on top of him.
Yeah. That's a violation of the law in most states. But hey, he's just trying to save a touchdown, right, guys?
Yeah.
So, what would you write the ticket up for, Rick?
Well, sometimes you just got to make it up.
I don't know. It was kind of a defensive holding, inner PI. We could mix in a couple there. Great looking run here. Got the corner. He is at the 50, tries to cut up. Great play by number 2 there, and that is the quarterback.
I think we have another flag.
Andre Faison Jr. He's a wide receiver, but he's playing DB out there.
Yeah, that was Quay Smith. He may have gotten a face mask on that, guys, at the very end.
Personal foul. You called it, Rick.
So there's your face mask. But
we can watch it again. We might be able to pick it up. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and as the play broke, I was thinking, that is a huge corner out there, and it's actually a 6'4", 200-pound wide receiver, Andre Faison Jr., that came up there. Impressive speed for a guy that's 6'4".
Oh, yeah, it just reminds me of our RLJ Hewitt, just one of those tall, athletic kids that can move.
Yeah, look at number 2 over there. You can see he is now in coverage on Zorian Gathers out there. It's 6'4" on 6'4", corner to wide receiver on the left side of Palmetto's formation.
That's a basketball matchup over there.
Yeah, this time he fakes a handoff and he keeps it, does Josh Siplin, gets to the line of scrimmage, brings up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a good job by the Yellow Jackets, number 10, Jamal Whitehead, to make that tackle and not get fooled by by the option.
Ziplin tries to draw him off sides here, 2nd and 10. The clock is now stopped at 1:0, or is winding at 1:0, 1 minute even. Ziplin looks, throws a little hitch. Zorian gathers with a great catch, and that's going to be a first down on the play.
Yeah.
Tackled there by Andre Fasson.
And that's a big catch for Zorian to get that confidence back up, and
Yeah, that first one's the hardest, and I'm pulling for him too, Rick. Great job.
In good position, and that is a nice-looking cornerback that he's got in coverage over there. So that's just good on good out there. Zorian gathers, make the play. Sagel Hickson runs, spins off a tackle, but he's going to be tackled after about a 4-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, it looked like he was headed to the end zone, but somebody tripped him up.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Samuel Fabian, the defensive tackle, number 55, got a hand in there.
Saved a touchdown.
22 seconds on the clock. 2nd and we'll call it 7 here for the Tigers. Ziplin looks, throws a little fade out there. That's going to be that he pushed off the receiver, and then they were trying to go with a post corner, kind of a fade route over there. That was
and I
clear.
think it was a pass first call, but Josh he has to read that you're in double coverage there.
Yes,
and I mean they are draping him, and that's just really. There's
somebody else
option.
is going to be
Right.
open. You're so right, Rick. He's got time to do it. To tweak that a little bit there.
So Xavier Barton there, gets the interception on the play. He's 6'1" corner out there. He plays both wide receiver and cornerback. So now they're going to have 1st and 10. Only 11 seconds on the clock.
And Joshua Williamson is back in the game, guys. Number 8, the quarterback for Blake.
Now they're coming out there with that diamond formation over here. If you look at it on the right side of the formation, 4 receivers kind of bunched up in that. 1 single out there to the left. He looks over to the left, then he throws it back here, and the receiver makes the initial tackler Zipper make the miss, but that was Mario Mayo there, unable to have Chance Zipper and Ruben Stamp. So as the clock goes to zeros, we remind you, you're watching the 2020 FHSAA Football Class 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game here on TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Hey guys, Ryan Moore here with 662 Customs. Super excited to show you this truck we just finished today. This is our new 2020 2500 AT4. We did the paint to match grill and grill surround. We did the paint to match emblems, paint to match hooks around with the red hooks. Follow me around here. We did the paint to match fender flares and amber lights. Moving down, we did the 4-play FP70s wrapped in Toyo Open Country MTs on 35. We did the zone 5-inch lift. We also blacked out all the emblems and the AT4 badging around. We put AMP Research retractable steps on it. This thing is bad. We also did this 2020 2500 AT4 Pacific Blue. We did the paint to match emblems with the red surrounds to match the red hooks. We also vinyled the fender flares to give it that sleek look, and also wrapped this one in Toyo Open Country MT 35s. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and check out 662customs.com.
Here in the beginning of the second quarter, and there's a handoff to the middle of the field. Palmetto Tiger defensive players are there. Looks like Ormsby was in for the tackle, brings up a 3rd and 11. Look at that, those beautiful 626 custom trucks. And coming out of the break there, one of our great sponsors, Conley Buick GMC and 626 Customs.
I told my wife last week I wanted one, but she didn't go for that.
I'm going to have a question, I think, on vehicles here soon for Tom Porter. There's a diamond formation out here. Going across in motion is number 21, Nashawn Pryor. Sets up in the backfield. Now they look over to the left, and they throw the ball, and it's tipped, and it's going to be picked off. Jaquez Hughes got it at the 30. Looks for a tackle. Driving forward, dragging a defender all the way down to the 15-yard line.
You know what was when we watched this again, what was great about that interception, he was behind the play and just kept his eyes on the ball. Look at him back here.
And really the ball was tipped there by Donald Walker, and then Jaquez Hughes with a great catch.
He was out. Yeah, he was out of the play, and Johnny on the spot there. So we're right back with a short field.
So here with 11:08, Palmetto Tigers again knocking on the door, almost in the red zone, just outside. Now there was a holding on the return, so that was after the interception. So that's going to back the Tigers up.
Well, the defense has just been teeing off all night and just making good plays. And, you know, you really expected the Tiger defense to play well against this Blake team. And we've got number 8, Robert Gavin, in the game now again. So it's good to see Robert getting the ball.
And there's a run to the center of the field. No gain on the play.
That was Sajal Hickson.
Sajal Hickson.
They actually put Gavin in the slot on that play.
Which is a flip-flop.
Exactly it, right.
And they're probably doing that just to give the defensive coordinators down the line something to think about.
Hickson's in the backfield option here to the right, and Sajal Hickson looks at it. He's at the 30, 25, spins off a tackle, still going, and he's across the 20 for the first down, about at the 19.
Yeah, and Josh got rid of that ball just in the nick of time before he took a huge hit.
That's a tough play he made. He could have easily we've seen some exchanges where he struggled, but made a great play.
Benson in the backfield this time. He's got a lot of running room there, and he goes down to the 10-yard line, first down.
Charles Banks makes the tackle for the Yellow Jackets, and Benson gets his first carry of the night.
First down, Tigers.
Sajal's back in.
So we're in the Obies Fresh Red Zone.
And the Yellow Jackets are taking another timeout here in the first half.
During this timeout, I want to remind everyone that sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by this station and the FHSAA.
Kenny, your wife made cookies again tonight?
Yes, and I forget what kind. I dropped them off.
I just read it.
Oh, yes.
Where are they?
They're down in the with the. It keeps the trailer them energized.
Guys, they asked me to bring those up to you, and I must have forgotten. I've got them down here on the side.
Tom.
Well, I already told them, trust no man who wears flip-flops to a football game.
I promise you, whatever's left, I will definitely give to you guys.
Well, we know that's nothing.
They were gone by halftime. Whatever she made last week was a new kind, and they devoured them. They were gone.
Well, they deserve those more than we do. So
it's been a great night so far. We had little Caesar's pizzas back there. We had some fried grouper.
Fried grouper.
The guys went 30 miles out there. We had a little fish fry going on.
My nephews were out there frying up some grouper they'd caught fresh in the Gulf.
Siplin hands the ball off, and it's going to be Sajal Hickson turning into the end zone for 6.
He is running like he's in a different gear than everybody else.
Yeah, once he gets around that edge and turns it on, you know, it's so hard to tackle him, and especially if you try to hit him high. But he just drags number 13, Xavion Chapman, with him into the end zone. So good job, Sajal. This is a good time for him to peak.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get a great night of coverage here for DeVito's Auto. Get a kick out of good service from our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Ellington. And while we have this break here, I want to say you're probably one of the original sponsors along with Garrett Richard, but DeVito's Auto has been so good to TigerVision over the years. We appreciate that great company out there in Ellington. Now it's going to be Logan snapping this one back there to Siplin. He has a nice snap, a good handle on that one, hold on that one, and then the kick by Gerardo once again.
Yeah, we need to mention Kenny. I mean, you know, Jogan he's just been back 1 week. He was out. He was sick. You know, this is his first year. He's a freshman. He comes into this, you know, varsity environment to kick the ball, and he just has been really phenomenal. You can't really expect anything more from this young freshman in regards to kicking the ball. He's doing everything you could ask.
Yeah, Robbie's always been real high on him. He says this is going to be our future here, and I was holding for him before the game, and he's got a good. He's got good fundamentals, and he's got good pop on the ball, and He didn't care if I was holding for him or not. I just went down there and did it. And he's definitely got a bright future ahead here.
So Jordan Gallarado approaches this one. Number 40, get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. The ball is going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, looking for the sideline. Bounces out.
Oh.
Great tackle there. He's going to be tackled right at by Charles Banks, number 6. There's a name we've been calling all night long.
That was Robert Gavin.
That was Robert Gavin.
Robert Gavin, number 8. It's hard to read these numbers.
It kind of looks like
a 6
No,
when you're.
Banks was the guy that made the tackle, Tom. Banks was the.
No, sir. No, that was number 8. Robert Gavin. That's his second tackle inside the 20 on the
I got to
kickoff.
back him up on this.
Yeah, but it was Charles Banks on the return. Yeah, we had this, Seth Hoopengarner was giving me the spot there. And
Blame Seth.
Yeah, so I'm wrong, and Seth Hoopengarner's right. That was Charles Banks, number 6, on the return.
That's what he thought he said.
Look, I've got like War and Peace in front of me that I've got to read.
I tell you what, I
tonight,
thought you were.
But you're the best at it.
I thought you were writing.
You are the best
over
at it.
here.
Hey, Brian, next time you say the FHSAA, can you slow down a little bit when you say it?
We don't have time.
He's under the gun up here, Tom.
Oh, look, a little
There was
movement.
a
That looked like a
movement.
false start. No call on the play, and it's going to go for no gain. And that was number 21, Nashawn Pryor, and tackled by a host of Tigers there. So that one, they're moving in the wrong direction. 9:55 on the clock.
Yeah, they would have been better off to take the penalty because it was the same net result, and they would have gotten the down over.
I think they would have taken it, but it was never called.
Yeah,
True.
that's one of those that should, if it's a false start, that's generally, well,
play is dead.
let's move on. 9:38. 9:38 here. The Yellow Jackets really want to get something going here on this drive. They desperately need to put some points on the boards. You know, you got to be thinking about running clock here in the second half. 2 receivers out on the right, 1 single out here to the left. And handoff to the middle of the field. Great tackle there. I believe that was Stamp in the middle of the field making the tackle. Let's see. And we've got number 33 for the Tigers, Max Logan, generally a long snapper with a nice tackle also.
Yeah, and I believe that was Ruben Stamp, number 10, that came in there and made that tackle. And once again, it's hard to see from this angle, and these numbers are hard to read tonight for 3 old guys with glasses.
Looking through frosted windows.
Well, the windows are
They're better
actually
tonight.
a little better.
Yeah, actually,
they're a little better.
Much better tonight.
We appreciate our new AD taking care of that.
Yeah, that's
They cleaned them with clay tonight. They look pretty good.
Sometimes it looks like they've been cleaned with a milkshake. 8:30 on the clock. The Yellow Jackets have this one. Need to get things going here. Oh, great pressure
that's
by
gonna be a
Ormsby.
safe.
Logan
Fumble.
he
strips
fumbles.
the ball. It looked like
like
it
it was
stepped
out
in
of the
back.
end zone.
It sure did.
He
There's the
completed the
completion,
pass, and then he's body
and
slammed.
it has to be a lineman downfield there, but you know, I thought he stepped out of the back of the end
I
zone.
really thought the ball itself may have been right on the line, but we'll
Coach
see.
Brazelton was calling for the quarterback to have stepped out of the back. I didn't see that.
That would have been the
right
safety.
there,
He did.
So he stepped. He's on the line. Great.
He took
camera.
several steps.
You cannot, and you can't. And now, if he was forced out, then you can reestablish. But he definitely wasn't forced out of bounds.
Looks
So
like they're calling the safety, boys.
they should. Coach Brazelton got it right, and then
But-
a hammer of a tackle by Jacquez Hughes there,
Yes.
and that was Xavier Barton made the catch down there.
Hats off to the quarterback for not giving up, running against the grain, throwing it, completing the pass. Unfortunately, the correct calls made here.
Yeah, it was a safety.
It's
and
a safety.
So just been a rough night here. This first half has not been kind to Yellow Jackets.
And our defense now has scored a touchdown, a safety, and we have a pick.
Maybe one of you guys can explain to me.
Yeah, that's
That
because
resulted in
participation.
the safety.
that's because he stepped
No.
out of bounds.
Because he stepped out and came back in.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he came back
so
in.
if it's illegal participation because he stepped out of bounds, you got to You can be forced out of bounds, Tom. If you would have been listening earlier instead of looking at those shoes, you could be forced out of bounds. By another player, come in and reestablish. But he was not forced out of bounds, so that would be illegal participation. Then.
You could never be a meteorologist. That's all I can tell you.
No, definitely not.
Oh, my goodness. You know, Tom, I was thinking about those great trucks that we get seeing here. You know, I have 274,000 miles on my truck. And, I try to get them to the moon and back generally. So
You're on your way.
So how far along
We're
am I
almost
on
there
the
with
journey?
ours.
How many miles do you have now?
I have 274,000.
274,000. So you would be just over 50. So I would say probably 57.6%.
It's in the 50s there, Tom, because the round trip would put you. You're very, very close.
Very close.
238.
Yeah, 238. Oh my goodness, that's very close, Tom.
Hey.
He's got his PhD.
I'm ready, boys. I'm paying attention.
I tell you what, 8:03
can't
on
say
the clock.
participation though.
No, you can't say. Well, he can count his toes tonight.
Oh, big kicker there. They go with a little. Look at that ball picked up. Was that Hickson that picked that one up and it breaks a tackle?
What happened there was it's going to be.
They're going to be offsides on the kicking team,
Yeah.
and that's going to negate a great return there. And that was number 8 for the Tigers, which is Robert Gavin.
Yeah, Robert was about to take that to the house.
I tell you what, Robert knows what to do. He's a running back and also a punter.
Yeah, he's not the guy to kick that to.
He had our longest run last week against Riverview for 22 yards. So, yeah, he picked that thing up on the 35 and looked like a fullback there.
And in this, last year he made most of the tackles on special teams along with Jalen Wester. It was always Robert Gavin.
Robert
back
Gavin.
there.
He actually rushed for 230 some odd yards last year. In fill-in play now, and scored a couple touchdowns as a running back.
One thing I noticed about Robert last week when he was out there kicking punts is that he's been in the weight room. He has put some size on. He is thick and he is really built up, man. He's running hard.
Yeah, 190 is a decent-sized running back at this level.
There's another squib kick. Now this time it's going to be
hold on to it.
Gathered there at the 45-yard line. So the kicker, they were going with a onside kick look, and it was recovered by number 84, not on my roster.
You think they did that on purpose? I don't know why you would even do that.
You mean?
Well,
I guess they don't have a punter.
If you're going to kick it to Sagel or Jaquez, pick your poison or don't kick it to either one of them.
And that's the freshman there, Malik Callaway, not on my roster here. I want to see Troy. What's his size? Troy, is he about 6'4"?
Wow.
Woo.
Freshman.
That just told me
on
that
that
they don't have a
football
kicker.
team at Lincoln.
Yeah.
He was one on that state championship team at Lincoln.
Another 6'4", 180-pound freshman wide receiver, and the rumor is that he's a burner also. 7:59 on the clock. Fakes the handoff to Benson. Siplin running, shakes a couple tacklers, still going, spins off.
Hold on to it.
And out. So he got that elbow flying away from the body.
Yeah, and we've seen Josh do that a couple times and get away with it this year, but he got that ball away from his body. And
yeah, just watch it again here. Great effort, but at some point you just need to take a knee and line up and do it again. Breaks 1, 2,
right
3,
here, he's gonna get that thing
4,
out there,
and
yeah.
number 50.
Number 55 comes in, and that's
from behind.
Yeah, that's going to be Samuel Fabian. Just comes out there and knocks that ball out.
When you get twisted around like that, and you don't know who's hitting you, and that's what happens.
So
Great play.
Charles Banks, Aaron Wilson, and then eventually on the tackle was, I believe, was number 8, which was Joshua Williamson, came up to force the fumble. So here with 7:49 on the clock, the Palmetto Tigers are ahead in this game, leading 30-0.
Sorry about that. I was being asked questions. Obviously, my headset didn't give it away.
Yeah, it's part of the box here. We open the door when people knock on the door. It's a job up here. This time they look for a little middle screen. And good job there. Initially was Mario Mayo on the reception.
Then Jordan Renaud comes over. Jordan, I think you forget how fast Jordan is. He's just so quick off the line. He can get sideline to sideline.
That's the thing. That's the thing Ricky brings to the table. Being able to go east and west and to follow the back and make the tackle downfield like that. It was a great call. I think that's going to help the line a little bit by running that screen. We'll see.
Second and 8 here, 7:10 on the clock. Looks like Williamson's back in there. It's quarterback in. This time he flips it out there, and a great play there by number 12, I believe.
That was Latrell
Crawford.
He just gets up there and knocks it down. No, I'm sorry. That's
32.
That's going to be Gabe McDuffie.
Gabe McDuffie.
Gabe McDuffie.
Yeah, we got to give Gabe his props there.
Another senior.
That's that defensive end there, and Gabe is nice size, 6'1", 200 pounds. Got those long arms up there. Great play.
And it looked like they had executed a nice play. The running back was going to get a decent play out of that, but he was Johnny on the spot.
So the clock stopped right at 7 here. 3rd and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. Joshua Williamson. Look at things over. He's got 2 receivers out here left. Looks left, and then he's got a lot of pressure and unable to complete that.
Yeah, very lucky he didn't get another interception out of that. He just tried to get rid of the ball anywhere he could, and Jacquez almost had his second pick of the night.
I don't think he thought he was going to get to him. It must have went between 2 players there, and so we'll get the ball back here, and he's not going to be back returning the punt.
So it's going to be Terrell Crawford that goes back to return the punt. There's that number 12. He's back there now to return the kick.
So they've been getting some good returnable kicks here. It'll be good to see what Crawford can do here. If he can get a shot at a return.
And then the wide receiver defensive back, 6'1", Xavier Barton, number 9 back there to punt. And he gets a low punt off. Oh, nearly hitting a Tiger. And it's going to be down at the 47-yard line.
8-yard line. Palmetto will take over.
Okay, I'm not trying to be selfish or extra here. Just need to go ahead and finish it here so we can get the running clock.
Well, I think that's what you want to do. You want to get the running clock. You want to get the younger players in
Absolutely.
there. Right. You've already taken Hughes out of punt returns, which is a good idea. Give him a break and let him.
Dude, isn't your mom here? Bro, don't worry about her, man. She's cool. It's Dakota's mom.
I don't even want to know what they're doing downstairs. All I know is they're here and they're safe.
You guys, it's the cops!
Did you know hosting a party with underage drinkers is a crime? You could face a $1,000 fine and up to a year in jail. Get the facts at drugfreemanatee.org.
You are watching the 2020 FHSAA Football 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game here on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. 6:44 on the clock. I hear the referees blow the whistle out there, so now the Palmetto Tigers are going to take the field. Sajel Hickson's going to be out there probably in the backfield, maybe in a slot position. Josh Siplin, the quarterback. Robert Gavin will be in the backfield. Zorian Gathers is out there wide to the left side of the formation. Fakes it to Hickson. Now he throws it out there. Oh, gosh. That was Sajel Hickson slipped out of the backfield there.
And Sajel was trying to turn upfield before he secured the ball, and he's not happy with himself. You know, after that last offensive series, I saw Coach Marino talking to Josh, I'm sure, about, you know, tucking that ball away, securing the ball, and, you know, live to see another play. Sometimes you just got to go down and take what you got. But Sajel usually makes those catches, and if he makes that catch, he's probably gone.
It's 6. He had everything out in front of him there.
Run into the goalpost.
Great play call. This time they hand the ball off to Benson. Wow, what a cut. And he cuts in the middle, driving forward, and there is the mouse, Benson.
He put his foot in the ground on that one. My goodness.
Cleve Benson.
Yeah, you see, you know how hard it is to make this cut right here.
Right there,
and not
right
slip.
there.
He doesn't, not lose your footing.
Absolutely.
My whole leg would have went out of joint.
I would say no. Do I know how hard? Absolutely not. Siplin, now a low snap. He gets the handoff out there. That was incredible. And really gets back to the line of scrimmage there. Good play. Involved was number 53 there, which was Drakel Fesson.
Yeah, and also number 6, Charles Banks on the tackle for the Yellow Jackets. So
I tell you, Banks has had a great night. We have called his name several times.
Yeah, number 6 out there. He's been doing everything out there, making tackles, catching the ball.
I mean, you know he's tired. He's ready for this half to end, and so he can take a little breather.
5:49 on the clock for the Tigers. Siplin in the backfield. And we had some movement back there, no call. And he's going to be tackled no gain on the play is Benson.
Again with the carry, no play.
So Cleve Benson with no gain goes for a loss on the play, brings up about a 3rd and 13.
And 14. Tackle that play by number 10.
5:27. The clock continues to burn here. Tigers leading this one 30-0.
Yeah, good tackle by number
Whitehead.
10. Yeah, Whitehead for the Yellow Jackets. Looks like he got a little shook up on that play, but he's back out there.
Zakedri Rutledge is out here wide to the right. Siplin looks.
Oh, he's open in the
steps
middle.
up, throws, and that ball is complete.
Oh, what a
there.
great
catch
by
by Houston.
Houston.
Super catch right there. That ball had some zip on it too, guys.
First down Tigers.
Watching it again here.
Josh
a lot of
felt that
pressure in his
pressure,
face,
right?
too.
All that pressure, and he just gets rid of the ball.
Nice pitch and catch. Move the chains.
So tonight, Troy Bellamy is actually running the numbers. Had a little bit of a slow week last week, but he's got him rolling over here this half.
Catching up
Benson
tonight.
with the ball, driving forward. Ball's on the ground. Let's see.
Actually was recovered by number 74, Eric Brust, for the Tigers.
Amazing.
Good job by that O-lineman to get down there and save the day.
So 2nd and 5. Siplin tries to bring them off. They stay disciplined on the other side. 4:20 on the clock here in the second quarter. Hickson's in the backfield. Low snap. Kind of messed up the timing of the play there. Siplin rolls to the right,
Just
looking
take
for a
it.
receiver,
Just take
running.
it.
Tuck that ball away, Josh. He
Get down.
does. He is in.
Siplin with the carry.
He's
No
in.
signal.
No, I think it's going to be at about the 3-yard line from this angle, guys. They
Ooh,
marked him down. Not a real good spot, but
What'd you think?
Let's see what we got here.
What'd you think, Tom?
They just called touchdown. I wasn't at the other end of the field, but the white hat just called it a touchdown.
Yeah, look to
Okay.
me with it at 6'4", 205 with that length.
I mean, it definitely was in.
Oh,
right
he's
there.
over. He's over.
Clearly over there. That's a touchdown, Tom. And we want to remind the sideline reporter to be in good position on the field and not be distracted down there. 4:01 on the clock here.
I was eating cookies.
36-0 is the Tiger lead. And there's a nice hold by Siplin and the kick, and that again is Carruthers there. And, let's see, that might be a new number. No, that is number 40, which is Joden Gallardo. How do you say that, Rick?
Gallardo.
Gallardo.
I don't really think they have anyone else that could go out there and kick right now.
Ramirez is not.
I don't think Ramirez is back.
Okay, so.
That he's pretty funny kid. On the sideline, everybody's intense and they're fired up. And every time I walk by, he's sitting in a chair and he just looks at me and grins real big, like he's just ready to go in and kick the ball.
That's what kickers do.
He's just excited to be here, and he's doing a great job.
Yes.
4-1 on the clock here in the second quarter. Get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Palmetto, or in Ellington. Balls.
Oh.
And Joden looked at the ball, and it had rolled off the tee there. He was ready to run up there. Now, they'll give you one more shot of that the next time you have to put a holder out there. Let's see if you can get that thing to sit down on the tee. Really not much of a wind out there on the field tonight.
Yeah, it was blowing earlier, but you're right. It's really dropped.
So Gallardo approaches and kicks this when it's a deep driving kick. It's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line, and that's going to be Banks once again. Shakes a tackle.
That's Zipper. Zipper comes
Zipper.
back.
This is Zipper was airborne on that
you know
one.
what? Zipper will bounce to the ground, get right back up, and make a tackle. And he was in on that tackle as well. He doesn't waste any time getting back up.
You go to the ball. That's a good defensive player. They teach you to go to the ball, and he is the epitome of that.
And again, what we've seen is Michael Gibson again involved in special teams tackle too. So Zipper made the initial play, and then Michael Gibson with a tackle. And Banks, we keep talking about Banks, number 6, Charles Banks. It seems he's on the end of every pass. He's running the ball. He's the kick returner.
He's everything.
That guy.
They'd be looking forward to halftime, like you said, Rick. Needs a break.
Now Andre Faison, the 6'4" wide receiver, is out there wide to the boundary. Ball is in. They're taking the snap out of the end zone again. Needs a good snap. He gets one. Looks at it and throws a nice route. Receiver.
It was there.
Really miscommunication, but the play was there.
Nice fake by the quarterback. Just couldn't get it to the receiver. You're exactly right.
And again, Mario Mayo, number 25 there, had cleared, and that would have been a big play.
Yeah, we've already made several substitutes on the defensive side. A lot of the starters are out already.
Right, I think we had number 87 over there in coverage.
And we don't have him on the roster, unfortunately. Yeah.
That 87? Yeah, I think it was 87 over there. So we think that's Damari Magwood over there, 87, over there playing coverage corner. Very unusual number for a coverage corner, right, Ken?
Yes, sir.
Now he's throwing the ball out of the end zone, rolls to his right, tries to make a defender miss and does. 2 pirouette moves, but he's going to be tackled. Nice gain on the play, but short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3.
He's close, yeah, about 3.
So 3:30 on the clock.
So we still have Kobe Alvarez in there, but they've also brought in, some of the younger players. You've got number 24 out there, Jaden Dunbar, and on the line we've got number 53 now, who we don't have on the roster.
Which is a good thing.
It's the JV players that they brought up.
This is great.
58 out there, which we don't have the roster. 3:02 on the clock. The Jackets trying to make something positive. Oh, a lot of penetration by the Tigers.
Jerseys.
So very hard to tell. And so it brings up a 4th and 5. Another punting situation here. 2:43 on the clock. Clock continues to wind.
Crawford's going to be back again. He will be somewhere between the 30 and the 40-yard line picking up this punt.
53 might be a guy to watch in the next couple of years here, guys. He was in that backfield really quick.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have a name on the roster, but he definitely shot off the line of scrimmage on that play.
Tom, see if you can talk to somebody down there on the sideline, find out who number 53 is there. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Now this is a tough one. It looks like they've got another punter back there punting. And it's a high snap, and he gets it off straight up in the air. It's going to be very, very short kick, and it's going to trickle out at about just short of the 30-yard line.
Number 53 is Marcus Waiters.
Marcus Waiters, number 53, showed that great pressure there for the Tigers.
So is that Brian Waiters, Coach Waiters' son?
Possibly.
You don't think so?
You don't think so, Troy?
I think it's
Relative.
Matt Brazelton just cleared up. Nephew, second cousin, uncle. He doesn't know.
But he's a relative.
He's a relative.
He's a Waiters.
They're all
right.
Well,
from right here.
They all can play.
They've had some great players come through
like
that family.
Yes.
Yes, they're all
the Waiters, the Westers.
Westers, yes.
You could sprinkle in
the Varnadors.
No, our bunch. We talk a big game. 3rd and 10. Oh, middle screen, and he's got him. And that's Sajal Hickson looking for a block. Stays on his feet, goes to the 9-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle.
I think the turf got him.
Robert Gavin.
That was Robert Gavin that was on there.
A little thicker.
Yep.
You can tell that Robert's been in the weight room, can't you?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
And Robert is leaned up. Robert was a little bit heavier set last year. And here's Robert Gavin. He's not messing around. He's looking for somebody to hit.
You're looking like Michael Pittman. That's what he looks like.
He does.
Big old arms.
Yes.
Good job by Aaron Wilson for the Yellow Jackets to make that tackle. Hit him low, which is where you need to hit Robert.
Extremely low. You don't want to hit him on the thighs. Robert Gavin running hard here. And now looks like we had a little movement here. False start here on the Tigers.
Offsides, guys.
Offsides on the defense. So that'll be half the distance on the penalty.
So, it's been, just a great half here for the Tigers. And when we come back from halftime, it'll be a running clock, guys. And
yes,
and that is really going to, as we know, cause the second half to go by quite quickly.
We'll get these younger players in so they can get that playoff experience. This is always good for the future to have that experience.
Ziplin, quarterback keeper in the red zone there.
He's in there.
It looks like he was across the line for 6.
Yeah, this is probably the last time you'll see Josh tonight, I would imagine.
And what a great story, Robert Gavin. I mean, this as we see the replay here.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Marino will do as far as Robert, but he still is behind about 1,000 reps, so he still doesn't have much of game time.
Senior year and the COVID, and we're going to play, not play, and then he hurts his knee.
Yes.
And you just see him out there with his brace on, punting footballs, and so this has got to feel real good to get out there and run that ball, and he's fresh.
So that was Gallardo there with the kick, but they have.
There's a penalty down flagged, but I believe it's going to be against the Yellow Jackets because we're coming back to the sideline. So
yeah, it looks like he jumped over the center.
Oh, jumped over the center, so they'll assess that on the kick here. He made the kick. So the kick was up and good.
So should that be 44? They haven't updated.
Right.
So he's kicked 6 extra points tonight. He's going to be tired
and
with all these kickoffs.
They'll assess this on the kickoff, right, Ken? So he should be kicking from the
50,
other 40, right?
Or the 45?
45 or the 51, depending if it's a 10 or 15-yard.
Okay.
Or 5. It could be a 5. What was the call?
I guess line up over the center.
Yeah.
I don't know what the yardage is. He's on the 45.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so Troy got a text. Marcus Waiters is Miss Betty Rhodes' grandson.
There you go.
And
okay.
Betty Rhodes has had a lot of, Mike, and Johnson and I had another. Her grandsons played hoops for me when I was coaching at Palmetto High School. So Miss Betty, it must be great to have a bunch of talented grandsons here. Her grands are doing it right here at Palmetto High School. So a lot of fun here tonight. So the ball will be spotted at the 45, the Blake 45. I think one of us called that one right. 1:14 on the clock.
That would be me.
Way to go, Rick.
Oh, knuckleball of a kick, and that one's going to be through the back of the end zone. So,
another Morrell. Oh my, that's another family.
So there's Jacoby Morrell going in at linebacker, and he is I think he's a freshman. One of the earlier games, they had him with the number 60 in there. When he was played his first.
That's right.
game.
That's right.
And he is a nice size linebacker, 200 pounds and solid freshman.
Was he on that football team at Lincoln?
And
boy, these are kids that we're going to be seeing here in the next couple of years tearing it up.
Another great family name, John Morrell.
Lewis,
Morrell.
And then John works for the sheriff's office and graduated with him.
John was real thin in high school. He worked at sheriff's offices and just
he was a weightlifter.
He was huge. And there's a double
pass.
Got a wide open receiver. He's got it.
Oh, great call.
And it is going to go for a big completion. Finally chased out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Brian and Rick, when they lined up in that bunch earlier, I thought this is going to be just like Braden River with that double pass.
And it
was. And that's Aaron Wilson to Joshua Williamson, and if you remember that play, that's the old Gator, right?
Yeah.
So you get the quarterback running
the other direction, untouched and perfectly executed.
Jaden Dunbar saved the tackle or saved the touchdown on that.
Yeah,
making a tackle.
Great speed, 24. Jaden Dunbar able to run that one down. Look at this.
Who is on him?
Rolling around there now towards the middle of the field, wide open receiver on his knees. Is going to be down there. The clock is continuing to wind. 52 seconds on the clock.
He didn't get the first, so it's going to keep running.
And that was Donald Walker making the reception there. He's a 5'8", 155-pound wide receiver.
And the Yellow Jackets take their third and final timeout of the game or of the half.
And while I have this chance, I want to talk about the great Facebook and Twitter that is available. The FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, and tag us on your social platforms by searching for FHSAA. Keep up with the teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA.
Brian, do you have Snapchat?
No.
I do. I just mainly the kids send me stuff. I don't know. I don't.
Brian has Tweeter. That's the one he does. He likes the tweeter.
He's a tweeter.
Do you send stuff out on people's tags being renewed and that kind of stuff?
I can tell you that.
Our office does. Yeah,
okay.
that kind of stuff.
I'm not a TikTok. You know, that's another one that's similar to Snapchat chat.
Yeah.
I call it Fat Chat. I don't know what it is.
52 seconds on the clock.
Just send me a letter.
The Palmetto Tigers,
that works.
With a commanding 44-0 lead. The Yellow Jackets trying to put 6 on the board, get some points here before the halftime break. There's a nice looking throw, settled in, good route. The ball's caught at the 28-yard line, first down, and that
stops the clock for a little bit, 48 seconds.
And that's Jamel Whitehead there. He is number 10 with a great little route and good reception. Clock stopped for the first down. He throws another one out there. Very nice attempt there, and incomplete pass. It was intended for Aaron Wilson out there.
Aaron almost came down with that. It had been a great effort and just about pulled it in.
Yeah, and Jordan Simpson was there close by to try to make a tackle. But so you see they are probably going to get upset with the young defense. And even though it's, the JV players, they don't want the Yellow Jackets to score here, obviously. So
this is a great challenge for them here.
They're putting them in the right position and trying to get them in that covered defense.
Watch number 50 here, Riley Jackson. Man, what pressure, but he steps up, throws a little dump down there, and it's going to be caught for the first down. And the clock will stop temporarily here with 28 seconds on the clock. The Jackets are driving. And that was Donald Walker on the reception.
They're changing personnel on the Tiger side, like 4 or 5 guys.
Where you see Gabe McDuffie come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they just spiked that one, so the clock will stop at 18 seconds here.
You've got number 9, Jordan Renaud back in there. They put the starters back in to say you're not scoring.
Those defensive coordinators like those goose eggs.
They've got Miles Lawrence back in there.
Oh goodness,
they're not messing around with this.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Troy Bellamy making a point there in the shotgun. In high school, that's going to be intentional grounding. Let's see.
Yeah, you have to get under center.
You have to get up under center.
To spike that one.
Yeah, that didn't look right to begin with. If you're in shotgun, you might as well try to get a quick down and out.
Yeah,
that's
going to be intentional grounding there. That's a toughie. You could get away from that if you had like a jet sweep type look going across there, and because you would have one in the area.
Mm-hmm.
What? No call there, so 18 seconds on the clock. Second 10. Oh, wide open receiver out here in the slot originally, but now that things are set up for the Tigers. He looks, throws a nice ball out there, incomplete pass. Had a chance right through his hands.
Yeah, but talk about throwing it into a crowd. My goodness, there were 3 Tigers on him.
That was Andre Faison Jr. Had an opportunity to catch that ball. I mean, it was in a crowd, Kenny, but it was right on the money.
That's what it's going to look like on Saturday or Sunday someday. Every catch you make is going to be defended.
Steve Johnson would have made that.
Yes, he would.
Yes. 3 or 4 guys clawing on him, he'd have caught it.
So 13 seconds on the clock here, 3rd and 10. The Jackets trying to put some points on the board here before the halftime break. Williamson looks, scrambling, lots of pressure, throws it out of bounds there late, so he's going to have one more down here, 8 seconds on the clock. It'll be 4th and 10. Ball is spotted at about the 15-yard line. So, Yeah, would be what, a 32-yard line or 32-yard
yes.
field goal from here, Ken. But
I think
don't
they want that
kicker.
touchdown.
Yeah. I don't know if they have a kicker.
I don't. Yeah.
After the last 2 kicks, it looked like a defensive tackle or offensive lineman was out there kicking. So
yeah, they've been throwing towards the end zone. I think they want to get this touchdown. They should.
I'd throw it out there to number 2. Face on 6'4" and 200 pounds. Always a good target.
Fade route.
Yeah, there's yeah.
Is that on us?
No, that's going to be a false start on the Yellow Jackets.
Well, the positive thing out of that gives them 5 more yards to work with. They're going to have to get it off quicker. But that spreads our defense out just a little bit.
Yeah, if you have a chance. So Danny Rivera had a classic little rip move coming off the edge there. Beautiful. He's in the backfield so fast off his DN position. Now you've got 2 receivers out here left. There's another false start. Clock goes to 0. Clock was not supposed to start there after. So that is a halftime. So we again remind you that the FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, and tag us on our social media platforms by searching for FHSAA. Keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA.
I think you're going to have to read that again, Brian.
Yeah, they're bringing them back.
Bringing them back.
No, that's it's going to put some time back, and that's right. That's the right call. Yeah, that
you're going to have to read it again. Absolutely.
No, that's the right.
No,
call.
that's the right call for you to read it again. You're so good at it.
7 seconds on the clock. Look at that little seam route and great tackle there at the 3. So that's going to just about do it. No timeout there.
That reminded me of the Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams just falling short. Almost got in.
So at the completion here of the first half, you're watching the 2020 FHSAA Football Class 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC.
GST football is the official football of the Florida High School Football State Championships.
Did you know that you can purchase a new vehicle online without ever having to step foot in the dealership? Using our new Shop Click Drive tool, you can search for your next vehicle from the comfort of your home or office. Select your purchase method and customize your payments. Value your trade-in, submit your deal, and boom, have your new vehicle delivered to you by a product specialist in just a few hours. It's as simple as that. Visit ConleyBuickGMC.com to learn more about our new Shop Click Drive tool. Conley Buick GMC, where we treat you like family.
Hey, this is Casey Scott, husband, father, artist, golfer, diver, fisherman, lover of life and family. Passionate about protecting our world's resources and capturing its beauty through my artwork. Although I live in Palm Beach, Florida, I buy my vehicles from Conley Buick GMC in Bradenton because they are passionate about protecting our environment and providing you with a great buying experience. They absolutely do treat you like family.
Hi, my name is Heather, and I bought my Crosstrek here at Conley Subaru. The eyesight feature in it saved my life. So I was driving down 41 a car pulled out and ended up causing an accident. Fortunately, my Subaru with eyesight helped save my life by braking and even slightly turning the vehicle as I was going through this. I love my Crosstrek. I hope you buy your car here at Conley Subaru, where they really do treat you like family.
And during the pause here at halftime, the coaches are being remembered. Chris Atkinson and the late Warren Wrench, such a great part of Palmetto Tiger Nation here. It's what great families we have here. You know, Robbie Stevenson out there, very, very difficult time. And I see Chris's wife, Dawn, is out there. And just a great time. But here at halftime, we want to get into some of the statistics here.
Brian, let me jump in here real quick with these two.
All right.
You guys, obviously, you know, I'd like to do an interview with these two. Their husbands, both a big part of this team. You see the coaching staff out here greeting them, showing how much these two men meant to this Tiger football team. I want to start here with Dawn. Dawn, you know, Chris. Everybody knew Chris. I mean, what a big guy. What a big heart. What a great impact he made not only on this football team but on his community here. Sheriff's office, DeSoto. He was a Mason. I mean, he was involved in so many things. FHSAA. I mean, he did so many things in this community. Talk a little bit about his legacy here in Palmetto and Manatee County as a whole.
His legacy here at Palmetto High School began with two of our daughters. He began coaching here. He always loved football. He began coaching here as well as girls weightlifting. When they needed a coach too for track and field, he did that. He learned it all. And just the love. I mean, we have two daughters, but the whole family of Palmetto High School and just the whole Palmetto Nation just was our extended family, and it still is.
Your daughter's here, Elizabeth, with her boyfriend Sam, and we were just on Snapchat or video chat or whatever it's called, FaceTime, with Christina, who's in the military. She's in training right now to be a member of the United States Navy, and I know how much it means to you guys. We want you guys to know on behalf of the school, behalf of FHSAA, behalf of the booster, behalf of Palmetto and Manatee County as a whole, what a great impact you made on all of our lives, including mine, that I had to write your names down because I knew it was going to be emotional. But we just want to take this time to present this to you guys and let you know just how much he really meant to us.
Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, in the same year, lost another great man, Warren Wrench. Miss Sharon didn't even know about this tonight. We told her last minute to bring her out here. It was a surprise to her. She was a little upset that we didn't give her enough time to get more people here tonight. But Warren Wrench was an all-around kind of guy. Whatever needed to be done, Warren was there. Warren was on the sideline. He might be spray painting the field one day. He might be blowing the mosquito machine. He might be, squirting water, just depending on what needed to be done. He was just that guy. And this is Miss Sharon, his wife. Just talk about Warren and, his love for this town and for this team and his interaction in this community.
Well, we're originally from Bradenton. He went to Manatee, but we moved here 2 years ago. And Robbie got him involved here, and this was his everyday routine. 3 o'clock, golf cart, over to Palmetto High School, doing whatever he needed to do, practice, whatever. He just loved being a part of this, loved it.
We've talked about the Wrench family many times. Brian and Christy Wrench have been sponsors. They're a big part of the community here. They weren't able to be here tonight. Their son, Devin, just such a legacy. Coach Robbie Stevenson, we have the Robbie Cam. They're such a big part of what we do here. We appreciate your family and everything that you've done and the things that you did to allow Warren to be here with us and be a big part of this team. And thank you for that. And
it was an honor for him to be. He loved it. It just made his day to be here. He just truly loved being a part of it.
Just a quick story about Warren. last year at the fair, I'm standing there getting ready for the fair, and I see a guy riding shirtless on a moped through the middle of the fairgrounds before it opened. And if you knew Warren, you understand he was just that guy. He was just out having a good time, checking out the cows and seeing what was going on. And he always brought a smile to my face. He was just always a happy-go-lucky. The opposite of Chris. He was the smallest guy on the sideline, but what a big heart, big personality, and just a great man. And really happy you could be here tonight.
Well, thank you. It's an honor. Thank you very much.
All right, Brian, back up to you.
Thanks very much, Tom. We talk about the greatness of Warren Wrench. One of the best things we ever did at TigerVision. It was during the middle of the crisis, and we were able to do the Warren Wrench funeral on TigerVision. Touching thing that I'll never forget. And as we worked through the process of doing these things, that was wonderful. And I was able to attend the funeral of Chris Atkinson, and what an awesome presentation, and the respect and the honor there at the funeral there. Just two great pillars of the community here at Palmetto High School, greatly missed. And here with 4 minutes here at the halftime break, I wanted to have Troy come on and talk about some of the statistics here with the game.
What a touching tribute to two great men who impacted the program, and just like words cannot express their impact and the care and concern that everyone has for them, and the impact that they had on the young people here. Statistics really can't express what happened here in the first half. Basically, Palmetto was given and was a recipient of a lot of very good field position. Penalties, turnovers, bad snaps by the Blake team put the Tigers in a position where they really didn't even have to work to score. We recovered a fumble in the end zone. We had some. Jacquez Hughes has about 140 yards of punt return yardage here in the first half. Josh Siplin did a great job running the ball. He had one little fumble there when he was trying to put in the extra effort to get some yardage, but he's been in the end zone twice after rushing the ball. He has 35 yards on 4 carries. Sejal Hickson is picking up the pace now here. It's playoff time in their senior year. He has 6 carries for a total of 54 yards, but he has 3 big touchdowns here in the first half. Cleve Benson running the ball hard. We talked about how he was able to get upfield and put his foot in the ground and change directions. That's a skill that our running backs coaches and all of our strength and conditioning coaches really emphasize with these players. The speed that you see comes from the track coach and the track program that we have here, run by Coach Martin and some of the other coaches that are there. In the first half, Blake had a hard time moving the ball, but late in the first half, trying to get a score before the end of the half, they really picked up the pace. The quarterback, Williamson, was able to connect on some pretty good passes. He has a total now of 58 yards. Of course, they were able to hit us with the double pass trick play, and that went for 30 yards. So they have a total of 88 yards passing. They really have no yards in regards to running the ball. Our defensive line is very stout, and you're not going to get that many yards against us anyway. So all in all, it's been a very pedestrian first half for both teams. And again, the Tigers, we want to look a little bit sharper on offense, even though you're playing a lesser opponent. You really want to have things clicking. I'm sure Coach Ty would like to see us be a little bit more efficient, although the score doesn't belie what's going on. It kind of gives you a false sense of what's happening here. Up 44-0. Again, the Tigers trying to become more efficient as we head deeper into the playoffs. So, Brian, we'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks, Troy. And we're going to take a very quick break here at halftime. And then thank you for watching. TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Coming back here at the halftime, I'm Brian Varnador. You take a look at the halftime statistics there. Kind of a strange game here tonight. Palmetto Tigers lead this one 44-0. You should be running clock game, Ken. Is that right?
Yes, second half will move very fast.
So we're going to have a very challenging half for Tom Porter. He's going to have to pick up a lot of new faces and new names, new numbers out there for the Tigers. But good to see the Palmetto Tigers defense pitching a shutout here tonight. Looked really good. Gave up some yards on the last series on a kind of a trick play there, but doing a good job.
Yeah, but Brian and Kenny, Coach Marino was already putting the younger players in, trying to get them a little game time experience, and this is what they need to do. This is when you allow them to come in and try to contribute and get the plays down that they need to play, understand the defense, understand the scheme that's going on for that particular play. It's not always easy. And when you practice, especially defensively, in a 2-minute drill at practice, I mean, this is a different feel for them. So I got new players across from them. They're trying to figure out an offensive scheme they haven't seen before. So this is a good experience for those young men. So it's going to help them later on.
Hey guys, let me jump in here real quick with Coach Marino. Coach, obviously everything seemed to go pretty well in the first half. Special teams, number 4 had, I think they said like 150 return yards. Offense is playing well. Defense is doing what it always does. Talk about the first half and how we improve from that.
Well, we need to get a hell of a lot better offensively. I don't know what game you're watching, Tom, but we got down in the red zone and we turned it over. Got another drive going, turned it over. Like I said, that's the reason why we lost to Braden River. That's the reason why we lost to Manatee. And that's the reason why we lost last week to Riverview. So, no, offensively, we did not play very well.
Hey, I love a true football coach's answer there. So, obviously, get some other kids in the game that haven't been playing, some freshmen, some sophomores and stuff. Talk about the experience, getting them some experience in the game.
Yeah, obviously we're excited for those kids, but I really would like our starters to get more reps to get better at what they need to get better at.
All right, Coach. Coach doesn't seem to be in too good a mood with that first half offensive performance, guys.
Oh, boy.
I feel like I just got sent to the principal's office. But
it's not your first time, Tom.
No, it's not. Trust me.
Okay, we got a kickoff going here. Get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. Squib kick again. It's going to be fielded there by the Tigers.
By Gavin again.
Gavin. And he takes it all the way to the 46-yard line. Go ahead, Tom.
Let me jump back in there real quick. I'm here with Coach Matt Brazelton. Coach, you had something you want to talk about, an event coming up this weekend?
Yeah, we got our PAAA fundraiser, Vegas Nights, great event. Going to raise money for these kids as well as other kids, academics. It's an athletic and academic association, which does great things for Palmetto. It's at the Worthington, which is the old crab trap. A lot of people know, and if you don't know, my brother works for Smithfield Racing, and we have a little surprise that's going to be out there as part of the raffle and charity items. So I can't really tell you what it is, but it's worth coming, and it's courtesy of Smithfield Foods and Smithfield Racing. So we're excited. My brother Chris Brazelton did that and sent that item down. So make sure you come out, look for that item, and have a blast and help these kids out.
All right, so it sounds awesome, you guys. If you get a chance, coming out and support a great cause.
Great blocking out there, shaking a tackle till still going forward there. That is number 13 for the Tiger, Quay Smith.
Quay Smith is just cutting and just dragging people, and got an injured Yellow Jacket down on the field,
which may stop the clock with the only thing that's going to stop a running clock is an injury, and that was Kevon Willingham, number 53, with the tackle.
Yeah, number 6, Charles Banks, a name that we have called all night. He went down with maybe a knee or ankle injury, but he's hobbling off the field, and he's really had a great game, and he has done everything he could possibly do to help this team out tonight.
And that's one of the players. You have him in these counties, and that's a player you want on your football team because he could just about play anywhere, and that's a really tough tonight go for Charles Banks. Hopefully that's just a cramp or something there. 10:44 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers looks like a handoff there, a good move there, and that was.
It's going to be Crawford, I believe.
Number 12, which is Ratrell Crawford. He's a 5'9", 150-pound, and he was tackled there by Aaron Wilson, number 3.
Tom, Coach Marino looked down there at Tom and saw those flip-flops.
And that was it.
This man knows nothing about football.
It's like November.
I normally walk right past him when I'm going from end to end. I'm going to stay in the back this time.
You don't wear flip-flops, in the first week of November, Tom. I mean, come on. So this time, Siplin low snap. We have a little bit of false start there.
Some movement. And see, then this is exactly though let's get serious. This is what Coach Marino's talking about. See, this drives him crazy because we've got a team that we're controlling, and we're offensively we're still making mistakes. We're fumbling the ball, and this is just something you cannot do deep into the playoffs, Kenny. So you understand his frustration because they need to be perfect.
That's why they're probably still in there.
So Crawford and Benson are in the backfield. Simplin goes down, throws it out there. Nice route. He's got a wide open receiver, and he's got it. He's at the 10. 5.
Smith.
Touchdown, Quay Smith.
Number 13, Quay Smith. And he's been very productive all night, gentlemen. He has done it all.
Take that.
So what you saw there, that was awesome. The way that Simplin was down there, low snap, gathered himself, got his timing back through the seam there to Quay Smith, away from the safety. Just a great play call. They're loving it up there. Ty Stoll's father up there, Kent's loving it up there.
But you know what, Tom? That's why he's a great football. You know what he's going to say about that? So that's why he's such a great football coach. That was a bad snap. And here's another one.
Goes right through the hand of the holder, and Joden goes back there.
So there's the little things that drive him crazy.
This drives all
Gallardo
the coaches crazy. It doesn't matter that it's 50-0. It doesn't matter that we completely dominated. It's these little nagging mistakes that in week 3, week 4, we're still around. It's going to come back and haunt us.
As he walked away, Coach Brazelton, apparently is his last name. I've been calling him Brazelton forever, but he said, at the half, Coach Marino was just telling him, listen, exactly what Ricky just said. You can have all this great, turnovers and all this stuff on defense. That's all well and good. But if your offense can't perform, you keep turning the ball over offensively, you're not going to beat a decent team, let alone a good one.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, you're going to get away with that now because you're up 50 to nothing. And, you are playing a lot better than your competitor. But when you get in front of a Braden River or one of these high-quality, football teams that you're going to face in the playoffs, you make that mistake, and the game could be over.
So Joden Gallardo approaches the ball, get a kick out, a good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto located in Ellington. 7:46 on the clock. High driving kick. It's going to be caught at the 2-yard line. Steps into the end zone. Nearly stepped in the end zone. Now he shakes a tackler, too. He's got a crease. And only one man to beat, but making a great tackle was the kicker there. Peeled back Joden Gallardo with a great tackle.
And, Joden doesn't get a lot of tackling practice.
And that's because he was back there getting the tee, and that was actually we'll pick up a number over there on the Arctic Air replay. I set you up for failure there. So that was a touchback. He was 2 yards deep in the end zone when he caught that.
Nice run.
And that was number 20. That was, I believe, Jordan Simpson there with a tackle. .648 on the clock. Fakes the dive, little reverse, and a pass. They wanted to come with a pass off of that, but staying home there.
So that's going to be number 45, Chance Zipper. So they got a lot of the starting defensive unit back in there.
Yeah, they have a few of them.
Yeah, and 42 back there. Keon Gavin back there, the 5'11", 190-pound junior back there.
I think last play they had 10. It looks like they got 10 out there right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 11. 3.
I don't see 10.
Hey, you
must be a really short guy in there somewhere.
You don't have your shoes on. This should be very easy for you.
I count 10 people still.
Okay, you still count 10?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Looking far over there on the far boundary.
11.
There's 11.
There's 11.
There's 11 guys on that field, Tom.
All right, so there is a nice run there by number 21, and that was Nashawn Pryor on the play.
That's exactly why Coach Marino yelled at you.
I deserve it because I counted 10 like 4 times.
Yeah, there was one on the far boundary over there.
They would have been yelling and screaming if they're.
Every day, 192 people in the U.S. die from drug overdose, but they don't have to. In Florida, if you're trying to save the life of another person, you're protected from prosecution by the Good Samaritan Act.
You just saved her life.
So with 5:42 on the clock, interesting look out there for the Tigers. At the DNs, you've got Smith and you've got Parker. It's like a law firm out there, Smith and Parker.
Where did you get that from?
I think I just stole that from Troy.
He calls them the bookends and.
Yeah, it sounds like a law firm out there.
Law firm. That's a great
stuff.
Great stuff.
5:35 on this running clock here. 50-0, the Tigers lead. And you know you're in good shape when we got number 87 playing corner out there, and there's a good tackle out there. Had a little hitch route there. It was number 11, which was Donald Walker.
Nice job there.
Great tackle over there. Those Palmetto Tigers are excited about that. Coming up there was number 99. And Tom, I need you to go fishing for me. Number 99 on the roster with his, I believe, his first tackle of the year.
Reagan Rosenthal.
Reagan Rosenthal with a tackle.
You know, it's harder to call the game, but it's a good problem to have when you don't know who these players are and they're the JV kids and they're just coming in here and they don't want to. They're playing their hearts out and they're not. They're going to do their best to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, Rick's son Tyler was playing for years, and Rick, following his son, was always on the spot with the guys that were coming in, able to see him, and now relying on Troy.
Right.
Troy, you bailed us out.
Yeah,
you knew everybody.
Troy's our saving grace, though, now.
But we always got to cover.
It
the
into
punt
the stands.
Went off to the track over there, so he shanked that when the DB went back there to punt, and they're going to walk this one back, and it's going to be a net of
4 or 5 yards.
4 or 5 yards on the punt.
So Tom, your assignment is to get with Coach Whidden and get every player that we don't have on the roster. So he can do that for you because he passes out the jerseys.
Definitely, yeah. Why not? We're going to need them for next week when we run the clock up again, right?
Because they deserve to get their names called out here. We shouldn't be having to fight for a name, and you know they're out here. We have some dynamic young JV players that we are excited to see. We want to give them the props.
Recognize them. That's right.
Then perhaps Coach Marino will be nicer to Mr. Whidden. Oh, high snap. And that is going to be Zamarian Nuka Lang, number 7, the new quarterback in for the Tigers.
So if there's something that we need to really focus on, and we've talked about it, Kenny, all year, it's just the inconsistent snaps that we have had. We've had a lot of high snaps, a lot of low snaps, and we know that that throws you totally out of rhythm. Offensively, it messes the whole game plan up. So that's something we've got to correct before we get into these deep into these playoffs.
Good, clean exchange there back there from the new quarterback and running back crew, and that is going to be a nice cut by Crawford.
Yeah, we got flags all over the place.
He was tackled by Andre Fasson, the junior there, number 2. That's that 6'4" cornerback that they've got out there playing both ways.
Holding
against the Tigers. So that's a big one. So if you're Zamarian Nuka Lang, number 7, as a quarterback, getting a lot of fresh action here. You come into the game and you're facing a first, and looks like it is about 21st and 27. First and 27.
It's going to be a 27-yard to go for first down.
See, another thing that messes you up is we got 2 number 7s on this team.
Just so they're both not out there at the same time,
right?
I think we'll be
so we've got. Wagner, he's number 7 as well.
Well, Lang, tonight, Lang. Look at Lang. He's got lots of speed.
Did he change numbers?
Well, I think so, but Big Brother is Day-Day Hill playing Central Michigan. So
right.
We know he can run.
Yes, we do.
And this is a longer, taller version, younger version.
Younger with a lot of years ahead of him.
So, he looks like he's about 6'3" back there. 6'3" and probably about I would say about 180, so maybe a little lighter, so about 160 pounds there. But you can see the speed that he possesses here. So now it's 2nd and 25 for the Tigers. Ball's right on the 50-yard line. Nice option pitch out there. Cutting it up there is Crawford. Makes a nice cut, and then he's going to go down. Ball is out.
Ball's out.
And it's returned. And it's going to be down the sideline, and he's forced out of bounds there by Lang at the 40 or the 38-yard line. And that was Andre Fossen, and he was able to make that play. There's that corner we've been talking about all game also.
Yeah, and that was a good run by that young player there
Crawford.
for the Crawford. And so we got the entire JV team out there basically, guys, and
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I was going to say the exact same thing. He was running hard, and you got to hold on to that thing and get when you're going down. And
So with that turnover,
Got a little sideline warning there for the Palmetto staff. No penalty thrown, just the referee out there instructing to go
so
backwards
let
here.
me tell you what's funny. You got to read that.
I'll get to that in a second.
I saw Lang earlier. Did not know who he was. And I said he looks like a young Day.
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
And now I know why. Because he is.
he is.
that brings us to the end of the third
That's the end of
quarter.
the third quarter.
Hi, I'm Andy Egebrecht, and with my dad Don and brother Danny, we own Andros Boatworks. Andros boats are quality custom boats built right here in Sarasota. We depend on GMC Sierra trucks to pull our boats and get the job done. And we deliver boats both locally and internationally. I suggest you go to Conley Buick GMC. You'll see why we chose their family business to support ours. After 18 years and I don't know how many trucks, at Conley Buick GMC, I guarantee you'll be treated like family.
So tell me, what was actually the name of the award? It was you were the #1 stream in the streaming awards. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
$11:55 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Running clock. Palmetto defense all over the running back there, and he's going to be tackled there for a loss on the play of about 6 yards. And at this opportunity, the Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA football championships possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Main Light Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA. Balfour, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA. Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA. Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSA. Now we're going to have the play here. The quarterback takes this one and hands it a late handoff to the back. Good tackle there. Goes for back to about it's to bring up to second and about 17. We also want to recognize GoFan is the official online ticket provider of the FHSAA, the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA, and Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2020 FHSAA Football Championships.
That's a good job, Brian.
Yeah, the lower classifications are playing up again in Tallahassee, and I think 4A and above is playing in Orlando.
So 10:25 on the clock for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback, a lot of pressure back there. Throws across his body low. That's going to be incomplete pass. The clock is going to continue to wind here. And I wanted to talk football fans. Remember, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2020 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense 1A through 3A action takes place at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, December 10th through the 12th. And 4A through 8A will be determined December 17th through 19th. Tickets start as low as $12. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at FHSA.com for more information. Wow.
Yeah, that's all
awesome.
you can say.
Wow. 9:32 on the clock. The Jackets look things over. He's got 3 receivers out there. Throws the long ball down the sideline. And good coverage over there by the Tigers. And that will bring up a second down.
Intended receiver was Andre Faison Jr. for the Yellow Jackets. And, he's going to talk about Whitehead, who's also a receiver playing, looks like tight end and also playing DN. He's going both ways before you had to give that long dissertation about
playoffs.
Thank you.
That's something that Kenny had pretty much covered without reading.
I didn't even know. I did get it wrong. I didn't.
got it wrong?
The state championship games are to be determined in 4A through 8A.
That's a lot of reading.
That was a little curveball because I had the T,
Yeah.
B, D, so I had to figure that out and cipher that in process there.
You did well.
You were doing some serious ciphering.
Yeah. Try to do that without a pencil and paper, like Jethro Bodine of the Beverly Hillbillies. Some of you are going to remember that out there. 8:28 on the clock here, running clock here in the fourth quarter.
So we had some penalties during that long read. And
Tiger ball.
It's Tiger ball. There's a personal foul, and the Tigers don't know who or what.
Personal foul against Palmetto.
So still, yeah.
Tigers can get the ball and get a couple of first downs, and then we can call this a game.
Well, the good thing about the clock never stops. It doesn't matter if it takes the refs 10 minutes to set the ball or it just keeps ticking.
And we want to remind everyone here you're watching the 2020 FHSAA Football Class 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game here on TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC. Palmetto Tigers' Marion Nuka Lang is back there at quarterback. 3 receivers out here to the left. Boy, he looks comfortable this time. He throws the long ball out there.
That was a great throw.
Nice.
That was a pretty throw.
Perfect throw. And that was Malik Callaway. And if you're looking at the future here for the Tigers, that's a JV receiver. He's about 6'4", long, balls thrown to the outside, and very easily making the distance there.
And he threw it off his front foot there, if you noticed. Got a lot of air into that ball.
Pretty nice toss there.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. One thing you see, he's got great speed. He can run, but that was an excellent throw, thrown to the boundary, away from the safety there. They had kind of a 2-safety look. Just a nice throw. Looked very comfortable back there. 2 receivers on this side of the formation. They roll up a blitz. Look at the middle of the field. He throws it out there. It's a little quick hitter, and it's going to be incomplete pass over there. So now it brings up a 3rd and 10 for the young Tigers here. 6:24 on the clock. Kind of a quiet crowd here. This game 50-0, but everybody's still here on the Palmetto sideline here. I think that might have been intended for Mackwood out there, and that's Damari Mackwood, number 20.
And Mackwood has a lot of speed as well, right? I do believe Troy was talking about him a couple of weeks ago. Young JV player that's been brought up, and another future star for the Tiger offense.
3rd and 10. He looks, throws it out there wide, and that one's is off the mark, so that's going to bring up 4th and 10. Generally a punting situation, probably so. The Palmetto Tiger defense is looking to keep a shutout.
That's going to be a water break, Brian.
Yeah, they've stopped the clock. Yeah, and this will be good because you got to get your personnel right on the special teams.
You're watching the 2020 FHSAA Football Class 6A Region 3 and 4 play-in game on TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Long punt by Gavin. Really nice high kick. Kind of just settle up right there. And it's going to be down there by a very tall-looking player there.
I think that's Max Logan.
Max Logan, the long snapper.
Long snapper.
Yeah. Always love to see the long snapper fire that snap back and be able to have the speed to cover. So Max Logan looked very nice on that play from the long snapper position. Kenny, he looks like a long snapper, doesn't he?
Yes.
Long arms.
Long arms that come down below his knees.
Yep.
And tall and like a basketball player. Those guys played for a long time.
We had a great one for a couple of years with Braden Nichols.
Sure did.
He was someone we talked about just about every punt return. He was down there making the tackle.
It was either him or Jalen Wester
Right.
every time. You're so right, Rick.
4:25 on this running clock. Palmetto Tiger defense trying to hang on to a shutout. And a lot of new faces out there. Looks like we might just have 11 out there at the right time. And then ball's on the ground. Great hustle there. Number 42 is Gavin Ogline, 5'10", 175-pound junior.
I got Keon Gavin. Is it Keon Gavin on that? Keon Gavin, number 42.
42, Keon Gavin, 5'11", 190-pound junior.
I can see where you mix that up because 43 is Gavin.
Yeah.
So I can see where you would.
After all that reading, it's all starting to run together.
There's so much.
Gavin Ogline and Keon Gavin.
Yes.
That's understandable, Ryan.
Thank you, Rick.
We got people falling down over here. Yeah.
But he's okay. It's a young man coming down the ladder in the press box, but he's fine. He's fine. He was able to shake that one off up here in the press box. Everyone's safe. 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Snap gets out there. Nice throw out there. Goes to the 30-yard line. Receiver, stiff arm. He's going down the sideline. Shows great speed, and he's cleared. 40, 30, 20,
wow, look at
10.
him go.
Touchdown. And that is number 2, Andre Faison Jr.
My goodness. Great pass. Great catch. And then the stiff arm propelled him wide open. There's the pass.
So Henry Kanu, the quarterback, number 15, gets
right
it out
there.
The sophomore.
Watch him just go. Put
Stiff
on the
arm.
jets.
And you see him running with his hands behind his pockets there. So tonight here on TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Track guy playing football.
Yes.
Anytime Tom would see those guys running with the hands behind the pocket like that, he'd give up. Tom, did it look like he's coming in now, and they're going to go for 2 here with 2 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock.
If you look at that replay, he may have released that ball before he crossed the goal line. It was very close.
We might pick that up. Now they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. In the game now is Joshua Williamson, the regular quarterback. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Great pressure there.
Great coverage.
Circles around, throws it down.
Great coverage.
And looking for the throw. He throws it out there late and in and out. He looks like he caught it. That is a 2-point conversion there. Number 11, Donald Walker. So what you'll see there
was nobody was open.
He's just making this with his feet. He's just keeping it alive. Just looking downfield, just trying to make something happen. And
there's 5 Tigers there covering two guys.
So look, you can see
at this.
He gets tipped. He tips it himself along with the DB, but great concentration.
Now
how about that?
Great concentration.
That is an old Fred Biletnikoff of the Oakland Raiders move back from the 1970s. He would do that.
Tip it to himself.
Tip it to himself in the end zone. Joe Jaravicius back when he was with the Buccaneers.
And also a play that we would all do in flag football when you're on the 1-yard line and they got your flag, you just tip it back, keep it going, keep it alive.
Yes,
so great play for the 2-point conversion there. Troy is laughing over there. He knows.
He knows.
He knows. You got the younger guys covering you in a game, and you just kind of tip it around and move it down the field. But that is 8 points now for the Yellow Jackets. Running clock. You're going to see an onside kick here, and that's what they've got. Looks like a big offensive lineman there is taking this one. He's setting it up on the 40-yard line. The clock is wound down to 37 seconds here.
So Palmetto High will be playing again next week. Stay tuned for details or check out FHSAA.com for the site and time of this Palmetto High School next game.
Taking a lot of time, guys. Not that it really matters, but you only got 19 seconds left to the game.
You don't even have to kick it off, really.
No, you don't, unless they just want to try to get the offense back out there one more time.
That's big number 64 here, which is Leo Quintero. He drives it. Oh, nice hop. And it's picked up there and slipped down there that's going to do it for the game here, 35-yard line. So with the clock going to zeros here, the Palmetto Tigers win this game 50-8. Nearly a shutout, but a great play late for the Yellow Jackets there. So the Palmetto Tigers 50-8 on the score. We're going to have some interviews, and then we're going to have the Sumter Electric Impact Players of the Games, perhaps with Tom Porter down there. But really tonight, the outcome of this game was probably determined before the game. Very overmatched was this Tampa Blake Yellow Jackets team. But you can see they've got some skill players out there and may have a good future ahead of them. But the Palmetto Tigers will advance here.
Yeah, I guess what I would say is that, this, no disrespect, this is what you would expect the Tiger team to do against the Yellow Jackets. But let me say this about that Blake team. They played hard the entire game. They never gave up, and that's, evidence. If you look at the last play, the offensive series, when they scored that touchdown, the 2-point conversion, I mean, they just played hard to the very end, and that's really all you can ask from your football team.
Yeah, great overall effort. We got the running clock so that we could get the kids, the JV kids in and get them a little exposure. So that what happens is now we will be hosting next week against the Brandon Eagles. Now the funny part is Tampa Blake only won one game this year, and it was against the Brandon Eagles, and they beat them 28-0. That's who we play next week here at Harley Stadium.
So we'll kick it down to Tom Porter here in a little bit, then up to Troy Bellamy, who'll have some halftime or the second half statistics and wrap things up here. Here's Coach Marino.
Bring it in tight. Jordan, bring it in tight. Gentlemen, okay, a win is a win. Congratulations. But if you really have these goals of becoming a champion, we have to get a heck of a lot better. A heck of a lot better. We are still making the same mistakes that cost us in those big games that we've had this year. So enjoy the win, okay? Enjoy your day off tomorrow. I'm a man of my word, but we have a lot of work to do. You better come ready to go on Monday because we cannot afford to waste any time. We have got to get better if you want to become champions. Let's go. Bring it up.
Hey, family on me, family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Hey, guys, here with Coach Marino. Coach, obviously, I can sense the frustration from you with this offense. Didn't get much going on, didn't have much time in the second half to work on it. What are the main things that this offense needs to improve on going into the next game against Brandon?
What we've done all year, which is protecting the football. We've turned the ball over, and if you turn the ball over, you're not going to win, period. I don't care who you play. You can play a Pop Warner team. If you hand them the ball, then you're going to limit your chances of scoring points and winning football games. We cannot just lean on our defense for this playoff run. Defense wins championships. I understand that. But when you turn the ball over, you demoralize your defense. You put them in a bad spot. You give them less time to recover from the series they just had. So the same things that have been our Achilles heel and those 3 losses that we've had are the areas we need to improve. And as coaches, we got to continue to work ball security drills. And as players, they have to embrace that they want to protect the ball. It's that simple.
Obviously, talking about that defense, had a great defensive night. Obviously, giving up the touchdown at the end was kind of a junk play. Jock Hughes has been a star for this team this year. Last year, he was a great player. Had interception, had a great return game tonight. Talk a little bit about that kid and his leadership on this defense.
Outstanding. I said that to him all week. I'm so happy that that he plays for us. He's been a great leader. He's been a great captain. He's been a playmaker for us. And not just him. There's so many good kids that do everything the right way, and you're happy for those guys. And we just have a group of guys that still can't stay focused and don't come to work every day and work on the little things like Jock and like some of our other guys do. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a team effort if you're going to win a championship in the playoffs in the state of Florida. And so hopefully the kids will get it at some point here and really start to hone in and focus on what we need to do technically to become better football players, which in essence will become a better football team.
All right, Coach, thank you. Coach Marino's obviously in a little better mood at the end of the game than he was at halftime there, guys. I got a young man here that everybody knows, Jock Hughes, Coach Brazelton, as I'm told. Talk about this defense as a whole and the performance tonight with the 50-8, 8 being a junk touchdown, we understand, but 50-8 performance.
Well, to start at the end, it's really not junk. We got to do a better job. We'll look at that on film. Those are valuable reps for those young kids. So they got to make those plays. But we have Jock Hughes here, did everything tonight, got a pick, some great plays on special teams. a lot of people don't know. They probably wonder Jock was at corner tonight. We moved him and LJ around. LJ to free safety, who played well for us. But, Jock was playing some corner, just to get him some reps. And in case down the road, if we need him, he's probably our best defensive football player, him in 21. So tonight he wanted to go back to free safety and he did everything right. He's like, Coach, let me get some more reps at free safety. And I said, one more series to cap off his night. He gets a great pick. And all year he's done that. He's been consistent. And we're going to work him there probably one more week. But, anything we ask him to do, he's selfless. He does it and just comes to work. Never have a problem with him. Discipline, anything. He just does everything right. And that's what happens when you do the right thing. You're always in the right place. You make plays.
We haven't had a chance to interview many players this year, but we wanted to take a chance to talk to you. You seem to be where the ball is all the time. So talk me through that. How are you always in the right place at the right time? You had a big pick. Obviously, your kickoff returns, punt returns tonight were amazing. You had like almost 200 yards in return yards there. It was great. So how are you able to put yourself in the position to be on the ball all the time?
Just being a student of the game, listening to my coaches at practice. They telling me where the ball is going to be at. So I'm just there listening to my coaches just to make the play. So the coaches put me in the position to make the plays.
This defense has been great all season. You guys have been solid. A few mistakes here and there. Talk about some of the other leaders on the team that you see that are fundamental to making sure this defense stays, as tough as it has been.
Okay, we have Baby J, Jalen Wester. He leads by his actions, by making plays to help the team feed off his energy. And then you got me, and then you got LJ with his vocals.
All right, awesome. Well, great game tonight, man. You keep it up. We need you next week. Coach, thanks. Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. I may have to fist fight a few of these coaches tonight. They seem a little chippy with me, so I don't know what's going on with that. But
I'm telling you, it's the flip-flops.
Hey, I might hit them with a flip-flop in a minute. They are trying me.
Relax. I do want to say that interview lasted longer than the entire second half.
Yes, good point.
They better stop trying me. That's all I'm saying. They better stop.
Maybe it's the Johnny Cash look. You got
I
the
just
black
look like
on
this.
black.
Don't let this
with the
fool
white.
you.
Okay.
I just look like this.
All right, Tom. We love you up here, and we thank you for doing such a great job on the Arctic Air sideline report. And we want to congratulate the Sumter Electric Impact Player of the Game, Jaquez Hughes. Doing what he does. And Troy may have some statistics for us, Troy.
Well, again, with the second half being as quick as it was, having a big lead with a running clock, there's not much to speak of in the second half. We ended the game, the Tigers ended the game with 169 yards rushing. We had 84 yards passing for a total of 178 yards of total offense. Blake ended up with basically negative yards rushing after a number of sacks that they took. They were behind, so obviously they have to pass, and they took some sacks, and they didn't really run the ball that well against us in the first half anyway. But they had 156 yards passing. The big one coming to the number 2, Andre Faison, who obviously is a Saturday player.
Yes, he is.
6'4", 200-pound junior. We don't hopefully have to see him anymore.
Yeah, he's great.
But obviously he's a big-time player size-wise, and his speed was evident on the field. So, again, I think we weren't efficient necessarily, as I'm sure as the coaches wanted us to be, but we were able to put up 50 points.
Right.
With less than 200 yards of total offense.
And a running clock.
Yeah. So that just – and that is a testament also to the quality of coaching and the quality of talent that we have. To have a pedestrian night like this offensively with the high-powered offenses we have and that we're used to, and still some kind of way put up 50 points and you didn't have the ball that much is just amazing. It's just
Can I just say one thing about those stats? You got to remember also, Troy, that the offense started – on the other half of the field all night. We were always on the Yellow Jackets side of the field. So the short field really comes into play here because you're not going to take as many plays to score. So I think that really has a lot to do with it as well.
Great observation. I want to send a shout out here before I go to the Simpson family. My buddy Keith Simpson lost his father, Mr. Dave Simpson. Great man. Wow, I think 2 of the funniest stories I've ever heard were sitting at the Oaks there with Dwayne Strong and Keith Simpson and Mr. Simpson, and just a great man. We want to send our our best wishes to the family. They're watching. It's been a tough week for them, so it's good for us to see some football, and I'm sure they'll be very appreciative of knowing that people are caring about them at this point.
Thanks very much, Troy. And we did see a little look at the future here. Receivers like number 84, Malik Callaway out there, Javon Mack Johnson, Jacoby Murrell, Damari Magwood, and Zamarian Nuka Lang, quarterback, bright for the future here for the Tigers. Remember, football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2020 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense 1 through 3A action takes place at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, December 10th through the 12th, and the 4A through 8A will be to be determined December 17th through the 19th. Tickets start as low as $12. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at FHSAA.com for more information. Tonight's final score from Harley: Palmetto Tigers 50, the Tampa Blake Yellow Jackets 8. Be sure to join us next week, Friday night, November 13th, as the Tigers take on the Brandon Eagles in another play-in 6A 3 and 4 region matchup. We again thank the number one fans in the world, that's our fans, for watching us on TigerVision. Is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Fans, be sure to click on like and then subscribe to our channel, and we'll keep you posted on Palmetto High football. I'm Brian Varnador along with Ken Burton Jr., Tom Porter on the sideline, Rick Wells, and Troy Bellamy. We're wrapping it up. Thanks for watching Palmetto Tiger football. One town, one team. Go Tigers.